What's up out there? Let a few people get in here. This live ain't gonna be very long. What's up, Allison? How you doing? Hopefully you doing all right. Oh man, we'll see who all joins us tonight. We're just chilling. We're just chilling. Let me pin this. Hold on. Let me take care of this real quick. All right. Sorry about that. Ordered some shit and went to somebody else's house. And anyways, I was just like, well, Merry Christmas, I guess. And, oh man, that's one thing about it. Ain't that right, Nickel G? Ain't that right, Montauk? What's happening? What's happening? Hey, so I'm not gonna say this dude's name because that's absolutely what he wants. He wants people to go back and forth with him, and it's it's not something I'm willing to do, right? Because ain't gonna let somebody fucking try to control what he does, you know. But I will say this: you absolutely hate this young man because you could not micromanage him. You wanted to micromanage this young man so fucking bad, and when you couldn't do it, you called them people's family to let them know what was going on. And I listened to his live. I did go over and listen to it, and it was, this dude lives in a fucking fairy tale land. He is no different than Martin or Johnny or none of them. Look, when you finally get something at 45 years old because you marry somebody that's got something, and then you sit back and claim it, you know, like you put in all this hard work to get it, you are no different than fucking Martin. Straight up, in my eyes, you are no different than Martin. You are so fucked up in life that you literally have to work at 65. You'll be working till you're 75 because you're so fucking far behind in back child support. And who the fucking 70 years old ain't caught up on their goddamn child support? You trying to act like you got all this shit, but you back in child support. Like, what the fuck, man? You ain't no better than nobody else, but you damn sure try to fool everybody. And as far as the AIDS part goes, why do you think he ain't put out no lawsuit on nobody? Because I promise you, that dick sucker's looking for a fucking lawsuit. Because that shit is 100% legit. Let me let them get comfortable here for a second. I mean, let's face it, ain't nobody with no money riding around writing out fucking bad checks to check cashing places. That shit don't even make sense. And in your terms, we're not buying what you selling because you's a fucking lie. What's up, Osmond? What's going on, everybody? Ready, Randy? Runt? What's happening, Kathleen? The African flu. Yeah. Yeah, and like, you know, most men that are happily married don't get caught getting drilled in their ass in the bushes. I don't give a fuck what you say about anybody. Bro, when everybody that sees you, they know. I promise you, they know, and they laugh at you. You might have a handful over there that like you, but that's only because they're just like you. You and your little buddy off riding your motorcycles. Yeah, we know what y'all doing. We know it. We know what y'all doing. Y'all over there peg-legging one another. Oh, shit. Yeah, rainbow parks, man. You ain't lying about that. Rainbow parks. Got the new leg today. You don't like it, man? Damn, it's probably because you're used to the other one, bro. Give it a chance, man, before you give up on it, Osmond. Give it a chance. You never know, man. You might get to where you do like it. I'm proud of you, dog. And I ain't ashamed to say it. I'm fucking proud of you, man. From the time that we went down there to the concert and shit, Like, this man done got his fucking driver's license, his CDLs, done fucking started working for himself. That's doing something in life, right? Oh no, Nickel G, you know it wasn't the first time. Shit, he's so broke in, like, you don't go to the doctor and get your asshole replaced because that was your first time. I sure will, Tex. I sure will. I damn sure will. I actually forgot about it until you just said that. But that's what's up, though, man. And you know, he he thinks he insults people, right? And it's like, bro, do you not realize you're not insulting nobody? That's just how nasty of a personality you got. You think that you're manipulating people and shit. It's weird. That shit was very, very fucking weird. Oh, it was hacked, all right. Hacked the fuck up. When you have to go to the doctor and they have to fucking cut that shit out, yeah. Yeah, hemorrhoids, whew, I guarantee you that motherfucker got a donut. Y'all don't remember when he posted him taking a shit and putting it on YouTube? I mean, come on, man. That's some shit that a 70-year-old man's supposed to be doing? Nah. That's why him and Dykeburn were such good buddies. Both of them got that African flu, as Nickel G say. Oh, donut ass motherfucker. Huh? His shit got a his shit has a fucking expiration date on it. When your asshole has an expiration date on it, it ain't no good. You know what I'm saying? I got surgery from here up. Yeah, yeah. We know. We know. Oh, John fucking ripped you from bottom up. What he done? You know, he got that fucking poor lady fired over there, right? Because he talked all that shit. And when you lie all the time and people know you're lying and they find out you're lying, they're going to put it out on you. He couldn't stand it. So he fucking went and got her fired. And then tries to claim that that shit was AI. I promise you, people do not get fired for HIPAA violations for false paperwork. Let's just put it that way. He got his shit. Yeah, literally, Jay Prez. Literally. I bet when he fucking eats a Hershey's bar, it gives him a goddamn flashback. I'm sorry, T-Down. I just, you know, the shit that old motherfucker says, and he thinks that people just don't know, it's just like, whatever. Bragging about tools and shit that you never fucking paid for. I mean, come on, man. My son went and wrote all them back. Yeah, sure he did. Like, people ain't never been in the hard times before and had to go to a check cashing place. People know. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at that shit, it was all done within the same time frame. And I'm going to tell you right now, that don't usually spell but one bad thing. A bad habit. And we all know what them bad habits are. I heard him talking like, oh, my son had this habit. I've watched him. Yeah, well, we know. We know. Yeah. You the one with that habit out there fucking turning tricks for money. What's up, HB? What's happening? Yeah. Yeah, imagine blaming your son for your irresponsibilities because you got a image on YouTube that you're trying to protect to everybody. But like when you go back and look at his financial shit, he filed bankruptcy. Who the fuck files bankruptcy for Domino's? Oh, that spells I'm doing great in life. Exactly, AD. Exactly. And when you hit all them in one fucking time, I mean, there was a bunch of them. And like that paperwork is 100% real. People can go find that shit themselves. Yeah, going crazy. Everybody know who we talking about. So and the reason I won't say his name is just because if anybody new comes in the chat, then they go over there and see what, and that's what he wants. He wants somebody to go back and forth with him. And I'm not going to fucking do it publicly where he gets something off of it. Just not going to do it. You know, he these dudes are just fucking weird, man. Why can't you be yourself? If people like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. Who gives a fuck? But when you have to start lying about everything that you own and all that, that's just, my house is nicer than Ghost Ranch. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. You live in a trailer. No different than fucking me. And I don't know, it's weird to hear a man that of that age have to try to brag and boost himself up to create this fucking mightier than thou image on YouTube. And the motherfucker works on cars in his backyard because he can't work nowhere else. What's up, Mama? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, though. I love you. Nah, I'm good. Did I wake you up? Okay. All right, good. Good deal. Sorry about that, Mama. Yeah, lying gets you nowhere, but people looking at you fucking weird. I mean, and all them tools and shit that he shows off, bro, he never paid for that shit. He got that shit off Snap-on truck or tool truck and never paid for it. Yeah, and wearing makeup. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, we all know men wear makeup. What are they? They trannies. Most of them trannies. His transmission done been blowed out. Oh, John tore that the first gear right up out of that motherfucker. That poor old fucking park ranger walked in and seen that shit. You know, he was scarred for life. That's the only motherfucker I know. Their picture is on the fucking park wall talking about trespass for life. Weird shit, man. But hey, you doing so much better than everybody else. Oh, somebody. Yeah, Dillon State Park. That's, you know, and think about it like this, though. We joke about that shit, but imagine the families that's out there picnicking and got to smell that nasty shit coming out of his asshole. One thing about it, I guess he had no need for an air compressor because old Westlake pumped in full of air, didn't he? Ugh, nasty bastard. That's fucked up, man. And then, like, who the fuck would, I don't know. I was going to say something about Dog the Bounty Hunter, but she ain't never did nothing to me. But that is one ugly motherfucker. Whew, Jesus Christ. But then again, I mean, if you're a homosexual and you like men, I guess you try to marry him looking like a man. Yeah. No, I seen that, AD, because it's a clout chase, man. And, you know, here's the thing. This is really what gets me with that dude. He fucking tries to monetize every bit of it, dude. You're sitting here trying to tear somebody down while you monetize your channel because really, you're not doing that good in life. You have to do anything you can to try to make $1. And that's crazy. That spells success to me. That and his fucking $2,500 motorcycle. You know what I mean? Bragging to everybody. That literally is what that is. That's a 25. My boat motor on my John boat called. I could buy 3 of them fucking motorcycles. Just the motor on the back of my boat, if that's what I chose to do. Yeah, well, he's a fucking idiot too. Yeah, he does deflect like Durkee Code. There's so much similarities in them guys. You would think that they would be holding hands around the campfire singing Kumbaya because every one of them is just alike. They want a woman to take care of them. They try to fucking boost their image up online more than what it is. And none of them has accomplished shit in fucking life. None of them. If you're 40 years old and you ain't got a fucking place to live and you have to move in a woman's house, you have fucking failed. Straight up. You don't pay your back child support and you're 70 goddamn years old, you have failed as a father and a man. You don't have no reason, no reason to be trying to down somebody else like you're so much fucking better. Because you're not. A real man takes care of his fucking business. And all that, oh, I'm going to sue you if you talk about this and you talk about that, fake false lawsuits and shit. Why do you think he ain't never filed none of them? Because listen, if somebody really come out and said all that shit about somebody and they didn't have it, they'd have a lawsuit. For sure. His business ain't even, it's not even a real fucking business. You can go look it up right now. There is no shop in his fucking name. It's all under the table bullshit. But he's doing so much great. He just is getting by, Joe. Oh, it's not that he said anything about me, Will, because I don't give a fuck what he says about me. It's the fact that he's fucking trying to convince everybody that he's this greater than thou type shit. The way he talks, he thinks he's better than everybody else. He's a fucking yard sale, flea market, having to do old man that's got himself caught up, is the truth about it. And I mean, he put himself there. Imagine being 70 years old and having to change the oil on your neighbor's shit, hoping and begging and praying that somebody brings their car to you so you can fix it, because you're on a fixed income. If that woman put him out right now, he wouldn't have very, very far to go. You know what I mean? Before he hit the bottom. Yeah, I seen that. That shit was silly, man. That shit was silly. Oh, I guarantee he has fucking the police on speed dial. Yeah. Mr. fucking one-upper. And it's crazy when you hear him call everybody else that shit, right? Because there's a few folks on here that really are living a good life and don't need to try to sell themselves to everybody. It's weird, man. Like I say, either people like you or they fucking don't. All that faking and it's there's no need in it. But then again, there's some slow ones that believe him. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, bro, shut the fuck up and change that wheel bearing. And hurry the fuck up, old man. Bragging about that fucking that truck is so goddamn out of date. You know what I'd do with that truck if I had it? I'd slap a compressor in the back of it and throw some tires in that motherfucker and take off. My mom let me have 2 friends in the basement. Whew. Yeah, going crazy. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck. I recovered these seats myself. Yeah, because you couldn't afford to go out and have them fucking recovered. You had to recover them. And won't you tell the truth? It's like, man, that shit from Amazon really ain't that bad. It's just crazy, man. It has a new video that old boy recorded himself when Mike Endicott, his wife, answers the police phone, bro. Yeah, you know, that shit's crazy too, though, HB. They all full of fucking shit. You start off your YouTube channel by crying and saying how, like, there's corruption in your whole town. And then you never touch the subject again until somebody brings it up. It's just fucking stupid. The whole thing's fucking dumb. It's just looking for fame. These people think they're going to get rich. Yeah, nah. I just sit back, man, T-Dime, and I listen to all this shit, and I just think to myself, people can't be this fucking dumb. Love you, buddy. Love you too. My son coming and giving me a hug. And see, that's that's one thing, my son's 21 years old. He still comes back here, gives me a hug and shit, tells me he loves me every fucking day. I bet yours don't do that. I bet yours don't do that. I bet you don't get a fucking phone call on Father's Day, you old fuck. It's because you don't give a fuck about nobody but yourself. What's up, mama? Look, kids are the one thing, man, that you have in this world, how you can judge a man. It's not about what you own or how much money you have. It's about fucking how you treat your family. You know what I'm saying? And if you're good to your family will always love you. They won't have, even when you all argue or whatever or have disagreements, they'll always come back around. To me, that's a rich. Yeah. Yeah, that's because you're a good dude, Osmic. That's why. And I'm going to tell you, that's what life's about. Trying to fucking tear somebody down all the time. That's not what good people do. And they damn sure don't monetize it every day. Now, granted, there's a few on here that deserve it. But like most of these people he fucking with, they don't. He's just looking for a way to come up because he needs that money. And normally, I don't pay no attention to that motherfucker. But somebody sent me a clip. I went over and looked. And I was like, you stupid motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. What the fuck you got to say about me? I bet you wouldn't fucking stand next to me and say it. I promise you that. I'd shake the change out of your pockets. No, Nickel G, there's not, bro. Them babies are every fucking thing. And I'm not trying to brag, but like, I do everything in my power to make sure these kids got what they need. And I was going to tell you, every one of them got 4-wheelers. I bought all their cars. And that don't make me, rich or no better than nobody else. But that's just my thinking. I put everybody else first because that's what a father's supposed to do. I'm not leaving this world owing back child support, trying to tell everybody how fucking rich I am. When you look at a person's actions, just like Martin is a piece of shit. We all know it. He's over here living in that trailer instead of letting his wife around the holidays rent that motherfucker out and make a side income. A real man would do that. A real man would never put his family out. But that's just what they do, man. And then they want to try to talk down to everybody else. And it's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Do you really honestly think that honest, good, hard-working people don't see you for exactly what you are? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Osmond. Exactly. That bitch was supposed to come on vacation down here. And I was like, you better not do it. And then fucking trying to send messages to me telling me his wife was going to videotape him jumping on me. And I'm like, bro, I didn't even feed into it. Because let me tell you, you know what would happen? They'll take the messages that you respond and call the fucking police on you and try to put you in jail when they pushed you and aggravated you and threatened you. I just kept all them fucking recordings. That way, if somewhere down the line, me and that motherfucker end up around one another, when it goes down, I can go, nah, look, this motherfucker threatened me, so he got within arm's reach, and I had to do what I had to do. Yeah, Nicker G, for sure. For sure, for sure. And that's really what life's about. All that other shit, man, trying to out-talk somebody and all that shit. Like, he'll say something about me changing tires, but I bet you he can't do it. He couldn't even pick one of them motherfuckers up. And you know what the funny thing about it is? And I'm not bragging, it's honest truth. I make more money doing that shit than that motherfucker. I can and have made more in a day than that motherfucker will make all week. That's the truth. You ain't getting Martin to do shit, man. Martin ain't gonna cut his own fucking grass. That's another one that blows my mind. He wants to be some famous YouTuber, and it's just fucking. They believe everything they hear on the fucking internet too. People like that. Talking about I ain't even gonna get into it. It's not that fucking important, but it's just weird, man. No. Listen, anybody who does mechanicing work will tell you it is a hard fucking living. It is a very hard living. Because, for one, any failed parts you have to do a warranty on. It don't matter. If you own your own shop and you buy something from AutoZone that fails, you have to go back and redo all that work again. You're not making that fucking much. Unless you're ripping people off. And, you know, I can't do that. Oh, no shit, Allison. For real. And that's the way it should be. T-Dan, he doesn't know anything about that shit, though. You know what I'm saying? He really don't. To them, being country is a fad. It's cool. Where I come from, it's actually just a thing. Nobody even fucking thinks about it. Yeah, Joe. Hey, them motherfucking overhead doors pay money too, man. That's hard ass fucking work, and it's dangerous. Yeah, Nickel G's a fucking crackhead. Straight crackhead. That motherfucker flips flops more than a pair of flip flops on a summer's day on the fucking beach. Yeah, see, T-Dan, that's what parents do, though. You know what I'm saying? You do the same thing. Like real parents, that's what they do. That's just what they do. Like, I buy all my stuff in bulk. Mama breaks it all down. And she breaks the kids off some too, just like you do, I'm sure. From reading that comment, it sounds like you do the same stuff that we do. But that's being a parent. I'd be damn if I'm gonna fucking leave here owing back child support. That's just fucking wild, man. Hey, and Aunt got out of prison owing back child support. And Amanda, she wouldn't let that shit go. She's like, no, you paying that. Because, you know, at first I was like, I would just pay the bare minimum. And she's like, we're not doing that. We're going to get this shit over with. And that's what we done. I worked, made the money, and she paid all the bills. But that's what makes a good woman, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, disability. Disability, Nickel G. He's definitely on a fixed income. I'm still waiting for him to prove that he fucking owns all these houses that he claimed, and the CUDA in the fucking basement and all this shit. And then he tries to talk down to other people when they like, hey, you gotta prove that shit. You can't just say it. Only CUDA that motherfucker got is cooties. Yeah, he's still carrying them around. Still carrying them around. And will to the day he dies. You know, that little fucking video he done on the X was on the internet telling everybody to sleep with a man nice, huh? You know she got to feel some type of way about that shit. He only owns an African anal flu. Ugh. I bet when he shits, he don't have, well, he might get constipated. I doubt it, though. That motherfucker probably just fall out of there like bloop, bloop. What's up, Jay? What's up, Jay? And it pisses you off, too, right? Because, like, as country people, we went through a lot of shit. And, were fucked with growing up like we were less than. Now you watch all these fools try to be country, and it's just like, get the fuck out of here. Get away from me with that shit. We doing good, Jay. What's that one song? I was country before country was cool. Nah, it's a fucking front. It's a Halloween costume for 99% of these motherfuckers. Allison, you'd be surprised how many nights I went to sleep to a fucking wood burning stove in the middle of the living room. And wasn't kind of embarrassed back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Coming up. If I'm going to be 100% honest about it. Because like all my friends, they all had nice clothes, all that shit. It wasn't that way with me. I wore cowboy boots because I knew they would last. Yeah, Trey. And like when you listen to them boys, when they went to that whatever it was, now I know I need to buy me a four-wheeler. It's like, bitch, if you really country, you know that's what that's about before you ever go out there. But a motherfucker climbs in a mud truck and says, what do I do next? That's a dead giveaway. They ain't no country boy. Yep. Because there wasn't no money for it, bro. But I'm going to tell you right now, growing up country like that, I guarantee you I had just as much or if not more fun than anybody else because we knew what to do for fun. Like, I grew up on a dairy for most of my life until my mom did what the fuck she did. And they had quarter horses that they would use for cow jacking, bringing the cows in and shit. And they would let us ride them because it keeps them tame, right? So that's one of the things that we did. We would ride out on the farm and camp and hunt, and we kill hogs because the hogs would be fucking the fields up. We had a lot of fun doing that shit, running dogs, catching hogs all night long. No. You talking about in the parlor with all the shit on the concrete? Nah. Nah, I stayed up out of there. I knew better than that, T-Down. I watched a buddy of mine like get killed though in there. We was cutting cows, and if you know anything about cows, you got what they call springer cows, and that's where certain time of the year and cows are born, and you get the mother cow and the baby away from that way they don't get bred again. Anyways, that boy got in between a young bull, and that motherfucker smashed him up against that wall. Just shit that we used to do as we was country, swimming in the fucking creek, you know. Fishing, shooting all the time. 22 shells was cheap back then. Hell, I remember you could buy a box of 22 shells for 50 cents a fucking box. And that's all we did was hunt. Exactly, Rusty. Hell, I used to take in I used to collect Coke bottles. Who else used to do that for the 10-cent return? I'd collect Coke bottles to go get a can of Copenhagen. I'd kill rattlesnakes and take them to the fucking taxidermist and get $1.50 a foot for them. Nah, we never went cow tipping. Old man would beat you to fucking death fucking with them cows. He didn't play. But that's the type of shit that we used to do to get by, you know what I mean? Well, happy birthday, Bump. Yeah, they used to be cheap back in the day, didn't they, Jay? Yeah, you didn't fuck with a man. What? Hey, you didn't fuck with a man's livestock. I seen a dude get his fingers fucking bit off by a wild horse. Literally bit the fuck off by a wild horse. I don't know how it happened. I was there, but I mean, I wasn't paying attention. He just, when I seen him, he was holding his fucking hand, screaming, bleeding everywhere. I was like, yeah, fuck with that motherfucker. I told you I'd leave that motherfucker alone. I've been treed by boar hogs. That's country style living shit. That shit that they do now, riding up in the mountains, sucking some other dude off, that ain't fucking country. I guess it is fucking country. You're getting fucked in the country, I guess. Oh, nasty bastards. What's up, big shot redneck? Say you wasn't shot at, you was warned. Probably true. Probably true, you scared off. But that's just something that you didn't fucking do. But yeah, why don't he go to the courthouse and get that fucking case and show everybody live now? Not go get the paperwork and doctor it up. Why don't he go get that motherfucker and show everybody it's fake? He can't and he won't, because it is fucking real. You know, and this is something else too. This is how you know they're a fucking liar about shit. When they're caught doing something like that, they think that they can just lie their way out of it. Most normal people wouldn't ever even get back on the fucking internet. Butt pucking a man ain't country. What's up? Who knows? Pretty fucking nasty. That's when you know you got a bad off, huh? Sucking dick for dope. Woof. What the fuck? Then, hey, and you know how you know that's true? A motherfucker goes and gets his ex-wife where she can't talk about it. That tells you how you know it's fucking true. Shit, I bet you was scared. They make a different sound when they whistling like that, don't it? You hear that cracking and you hear... You're like, oh shit, I don't know, they're shooting at me. Goddamn, dog, bust the door down. The big-headed ass motherfucker. This dog done got to where he just fucking rams shit. Big-headed motherfucker. It damn sure does. Hey, and not to switch subjects, but what y'all think about the Epstein files, man? You know how, like, because this has been a big topic all over, and some of these motherfuckers I've had to reel back in, man. They like, yep, Trump's on there. I was like, and I'll say the same thing that I said then when they first started talking about it. I was like, dude, think about it now. If Trump really was on there, don't you think Joe Biden and them's team would have released that shit? They had 4 years to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do with that shit, and they didn't breathe a fucking word about it. It just makes you wonder how some of these people even get through life without being told when to fucking breathe. Just like with the food stamp shit, you know? I don't trust none of them motherfuckers, but when the Democrats vote over and over again to keep the fucking government closed, you can't blame a Republican. Yeah, no, exactly, Rusty. I know that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I get that too, hard charging. I do. You know, and nobody will convince me otherwise that they didn't fucking either know of or have Charlie done the way he was done. And I listened to that fucking interview with Sean Ryan or whatever the hell his name is. And all I heard was that fucking head security guard blame everybody else. And it's like, bro, that was your fucking fault. Regardless. And then Candace plays another video where there's somebody else from their team talking about they had drones up. And it's like, bro, you failed. That was your job. You fucking failed. you just get tired of watching motherfuckers just try to pass the buck and blame everybody else, 20 years. These guys got fucking great futures. No, they don't. No, fuck, they don't. They fucking failed at what they did. Oh, I guarantee it, Jay. And, the more it goes on, the more that people see, man. Which, there may be a reason behind it. You never know. He may have different plans and he just can't say what the fuck he's doing. There ain't no telling. I often wonder what it would have been like if he'd got elected in the next year, for his second term instead of splitting it up for 4 years, because we was doing fucking good. Yeah. I miss what Slayback said. You have to watch what Slayback says sometimes. No shit, bro. Oh shit, I had to unbutton my fucking pants. I'm getting putting on some fucking weight, man. I'm starting to get fucking fat. Nope. You're absolutely right. And they'll continue to lie to us. But we'll see what happens with these files. I hope they put them the fuck out. What's up, Captain Midnight? I hope they put them out. But, here's my feeling behind that. A lot of that shit's going to be redacted and you're not going to be able to see exactly what's going on. Which is going to be fucked up. Because anybody who fucks with a kid, they need to be put out there. I don't give a fuck how much money they got. Even if they're from Paintsville. If you catch my drift. What's up, Dan? Yeah, I know we're going to be all right. That's why I'm getting the fuck out of here. That's what I was telling my partner today. I was like, you better get somebody fucking replacement now, I'm telling you, because it ain't going to be long. I'm going to be fucking butt naked on a sailboat somewhere. I'm telling you right now, I don't give a fuck. You better figure it out. Nah, they shitted us, info. They fucking shitted us. Slayback, that shit's over, bro. That shit's over. They have done fucking humiliated everybody so goddamn much in that shit. You can't even listen to that shit anymore and think that it's fucking real. When I listen to a motherfucker sing, it's because I want them to take me down to a memory I had. I don't want to hear some shit about killing somebody or fucking shooting. These motherfuckers ain't killed nothing or let nothing be killed, man. But they all want to talk tough and all that shit, man. This is fucking stupid. That ain't what it's about, Nobody wants to hear about how the goddamn record labels after you. No, we just don't give a fuck. That's not our lives. You have lost connection with people when you think that that's all they want to hear. When you're a kid and shit, that's okay because they're wanting you to get through it. But once you turn into a man, you gotta change lanes, man. You gotta switch fucking gears. You can't keep singing the same old shit on repeat over and over and over again. I could give a fuck less about a record label, to be honest with you. Too many higher-ups for the truth to come out. Yeah, Allison, was fucking crazy. See, I didn't watch it, right? Because I just wasn't going to participate in it, or I had told myself. And then Rusty's like, dude, you got to listen to that shit. In the comments one night. And I was like, well, I got curious. So I fucking went and listened to it. I was like, fuck, that kid ain't lying. That kid ain't lying. Then, Ryan actually texted me that night when Ripta left. And he was trying to get ahead of that shit. And I was like, And at first I was kind of believing him, but it didn't really make too much sense. Him talking about he was going to leave his old lady there. And he's like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? Why would somebody want... And that ain't what it was. It is over there on fucking, god dang it. Savannah Dexter's. I started to say Dexter's. She likes some dicks, I've heard. Yeah, it's on Savannah Dexter's Spotify. See, and that's the thing, is I got a lot of time during the day because I drive from one place to the other. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of time to listen to shit. And it wasn't good. He ain't fucking lying. Hold on, Allison. We can take care of that right now, I think. Let me get my phone here. I meant to pin that fucking link too, and I didn't do it. Boy, Whistling Diesel, they fixing to fuck him up too. You watch and see. I think that he thinks that shit's a joke, but I hope he gets out of it. But from what I understand, he ain't going to. There you go, Allison. You can post it now. I'm going to drop this link again and pin it. Just in case anybody does want to come up. They want to put their 2 cents in. No, it's all right, sweetheart. You're here all the time anyway, you know. And I appreciate it. All right, let me pin this motherfucker right here. As soon as somebody else comments. I need somebody to comment though so it'll get up. There we go. It'll get up a little higher. There we go. Helford, I was going to say, for that matter, if Allison, if you'll YouTube blocking your comments again, what the fuck they doing that for? Hey, Slayback, will you grab that link that she Allison posted right there and put it in the back chat for me? Yeah, listen, and you're right. He should be able to fucking voice his opinion. But you also have to be smart enough to know how far you can go. And after it come out with the lawsuit, that's when it's time to shut the fuck up. Because you got to be smart enough to protect yourself, too. And he absolutely wasn't. He just would not shut the fuck up about it because he doesn't give a fuck about nobody but himself. And it's like, if you're going to be stupid, what's the old saying? If you're going to be hard-headed, hard head has a soft ass. And that's what that is. I hate to see it. But I will say this. Everybody thinks he's going to go broke. They're going to play hell getting that money from him. It's not going to be as easy as everybody thinks. They revved everybody up saying, oh, yeah, he's going to be dead broke. They're going to go take this. They're going to go. It doesn't work that way. It takes a long time to get that kind of money. He'll drag that shit on till them people are dead and gone, no matter how much. Appreciate you doing that, Slayback. And we'll go and watch that show. I'll play it. No, hey, and you can be, man. You can be. Nobody has a problem with you being team up church. Not at all. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to be, you can't be hateful to other people for having an opinion about it either. And I think that that's what a lot of it has happened.
Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Dex in the City podcast. Today, I have with me the former right hand of the king of country rap, known to be a user, possibly an errand boy, Mr. Ripta.
Good to see y'all. Hope you're doing well. Good to meet you.
Yeah, you
After,
too.
I want to say a long time. At the same time, this all kind of happened fast.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. Thank you for inviting me to your beautiful
Absolutely.
castle.
What you wanting up?
Man, they
Slay
got
back.
the wall of China around this place. This is crazy. I don't want to say I ain't never seen nothing like it, but I ain't never spent this much time somewhere like this. They usually run me out.
No, we're so happy to have you. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to get you on kind of immediately once everything popped off, because I think the people deserve to hear your side of things, and that's kind of what my podcast is.
I will say this though, they all waited for a long fucking time to do this, and they all felt like they had opportunity to attack the man at one. I shouldn't say attack, but go at him at one time because they felt like they needed one another. They wasn't man enough to do it all at one time. I don't believe.
Is all about, whether it's just me or whether I have a guest on. But yeah, this is like our first official time meeting. So that's kind of
It's
crazy.
wild. I'm telling you, it's wild. Because like I said, it's not that I didn't know of you, and I'm sure vice versa, but it's more like those paths haven't crossed ever.
Right.
And it's like once this came up, I'm like, man, you know what? Matter of fact, I do remember her.
Yeah.
And even the mutual connection that
Yeah,
got
that's-
us
hey,
this far, it's like, it's really
Listen, that's kind of what fucking fucked me up is when I knew it was fake. You don't do that shit to people, either side, and there is.
wild how it all came to be.
It's
but
Hey,
I'm
crazy.
Mr.
glad to
Power
be
Stroke,
sitting
thank you.
here.
I hope
Yeah,
you're doing
I'm
good too.
It's
really
cool.
excited to have you. So this is your first podcast?
Yes.
Oh.
And now I've done live streams. I've done little this and that. I've gone up on panels, but I ain't never done
don't
nothing
count.
like this. You
It
see these
don't
chairs?
count.
Boy?
I am known to be a podcast cherry popper. So this is not the first time I am popping ripped as cherry
Hey, a little wild.
tonight.
But that's no wilder than half the stuff that's led us to this point.
That part. So to get us into that, I obviously know of you, but I don't know like your roots, right? And I don't know that the people watching this do either. So I would like
lot
you
don't.
to kind of give a little background of who you are. Maybe just a brief, like, you know, where you grew up, how you
So-
met your wife, you know, just
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, if we're talking like before all the internet
Yeah,
stuff and all
before
that,
all the
I'm a
internet.
simple kid from Kentucky that's just trying to figure out which way I wanted to go. I was brought up on hard work. I lived in Florida in Port St. Lucie for a while and went
That's
to middle school down
crazy.
here, went to high school, and the reason, like what brought us here is even wilder, but leans even more into
Yeah,
like
Info
why
Warriors.
hard work is what I do, what drives me. Like I get a satisfaction off work I don't think a lot of people do now. It's more, my dad got hurt when I was in 5th grade, pretty young. My brother was a little older, but still young. He got hurt in an elevator shaft working construction, and it broke his ribs, his back, his shoulders, pretty much into
No.
1,000 pieces. I mean, my dad, they rebuilt my dad. His whole back is metal.
that's some people's
And-
worst fear, bro.
Yeah, no, I was in 5th grade, watched that go down, went to see
Holy
my dad,
shit.
and it's like that's an image that's burnt in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he wouldn't want no sympathy or anything. You don't want no pity, and he picked us up, the whole family, after kind of getting hurt and losing everything, and brought us to Florida to keep working all year round because the cold was irritating his back bad.
Oh, yeah, and it
you got a
will.
metal back in the cold, it's gonna hurt. So as we moved to Florida, lived here a couple years. I went to school down here, loved it. But then it got to a point where economy changed up a bit. Older family back home in Kentucky was needing help, so we went back to Kentucky, and that began the save the family farm, keep grandparents alive and well as long as possible, work with dad. And I mean, I did that for years. It was like construction work, coming home working on the farm, and that was the main thing. Now me and Felicia and I, sorry, we met in elementary school.
Oh,
Didn't start dating
wow.
then. Like, yeah, we met in 3rd grade. I used to make fun of her, actually. And she crossed me out of her yearbook. We
Wow,
found a
good for
yearbook.
her,
Yeah, no,
picking on
she
her.
crossed me out in her dang yearbook. We found it the other day, and I went to go find me and was like, you
Nope.
gotta be kidding me. It's pretty funny
God, those
now.
were the days where you like scribbled out
Oh,
someone
yeah.
that you
She
didn't
had a
like.
few others, trust me. I wasn't the only one, but it was still, I didn't know whether to feel like privileged and honored, or it was like damn, you crossed me out long before we got together.
Right.
What are you doing? Either way, we ended up getting together like right after high school, 2012. I was supposed to graduate in 2012. Left high school in 2011 just to keep working. I
Yeah.
couldn't make money in school, and I was doing some shit you probably shouldn't have been doing, fighting, and I had more referrals than anyone in my school for like 2 years straight, just from
Right,
skipping
country.
and fighting and stuff like that. So it got to a point like, nah, I'm gonna get my GED. Did
What's
that
up,
in 3
Dad?
months flat because they gave up.
Hey, Susie.
You do it all in one go,
Yeah.
you get it for free.
Yep.
And I was like, well, heck, I'll be at the library every day. Let's go. Got it for free, started working. Me and Felicia got together, and it was kind of like getting
What's
out of the
up, Kate?
relationship that I was in, her going through the stuff she had, and the way things were going. It was like, look, I like you, you like me. We ain't messing with none of this other shit. And I don't want to say like we were recluse, because we still had our little group of friends. But it was almost systematically every year of us being together. It was like, yeah, we're not gonna kick it around them no more.
Yeah,
we're
when
gonna
you
get away
meet
from
your
that.
person, it's kind of just like you go in a bubble, and some people would say that's toxic, but in all reality,
Nah.
if you're with the right person, it's like,
It's the way it should be.
yeah, like
It's-
aren't you supposed to want to be around them 24/7? And your circle gets small, dude, because
Yep.
a lot of people don't know how to respect relationships. If you have a
At
male
all.
or a
Trust me.
female, if people are friends, they want you to break up.
That get
So,
envious of it.
yep,
I've seen that envy and that jealousy,
sure.
boy, and that's something I don't like to see, but I have, and seen it early. And then I had other friends like I had a buddy I didn't know was doing drugs. Invited him and his girl for us to go hang out, watch a movie, whatever. Long story, short again. They ended up stealing from her mom, like
No shit.
the first 3 months of us being together. So almost ruined me and Felicia off the jump just because her mom's like,
You're like, I don't
who-
hang out with people.
Yeah, I'm like, yo,
that."
I'll beat his ass in front
Yeah.
of you if that's what it takes. And ended up like that's now over a decade ago old news, but it's more Felicia and I just kind of like, all right, we're gonna lock in and we're gonna go our own route. And life throws enough at you. I mean, we stay busy already, and it's like the right friends will stick around. The other
Amen.
ones kind of fell off, and then it became just it's mission us, whatever
Yeah.
we're doing. And that ended up being helping family, staying on the grind. And then later on, ended up going to Nashville. She'd run with me. We'd end up staying down there a weekend. We'd help people do things. It's like no matter what I was doing, Felicia was always a part of it. And for the first like 6-7 years of us being together, she worked at a credit union in Cincinnati, Ohio, behind the music hall. So it's every day I would legit work with my dad. I'd go to work, come back, get her, take her to school, go back to work for a couple hours, get her from school, take her to work all the way down to Cincinnati, let her go work. I'd kind of hang around, kill time, get her, take her back to school. It was almost, we got used to just us being a part of whatever we were doing and
Yeah.
grinding and no one else interfering with it early. And I like to say it's still that way and evolved even more to this day, but it's just, she was one of the only people that could keep up with me, be around me for extended periods of time and not piss me off.
Yeah.
And like it, nowadays, she's about the only one. It's I would not be who I am one bit if it was not for that girl and my dad. That's the two most crucial people.
Well,
my mom
That's
plays
so
a huge part too.
sweet.
My grandpa plays a huge
Listen, I think a lot of them benefited off everything working out. You know what I'm saying? That plays a lot to do with it.
part too. But overall, I would not be who I am if it was not for my dad and the shit he instilled in me and my girl and the way we've gone over 13 years now.
I love that. That's so
It's-
sweet. 13 years is a long
it's-
time.
And I
But-
mean, I'm sure I've put her through hell and a way or two, but I ain't never once cheated on that girl. She ain't never once cheated on me. And it's one of those, like,
It's just solid. It
every
has
time
been.
something tried to interfere, didn't stand a chance.
I
It's
love
like,
that.
You got to have a solid foundation. Like you said, the bubble is almost the only way to get that foundation solid enough to keep building on it is to have
It's
that
going
bubble
in the
around
bubble,
it. And
yeah.
There's going to be all kinds of shit trying to pop that bubble
For
in
sure.
the process of building. You can't let it.
And I know, like, I get when people say, oh, you have to have your friend, whatever. Okay, but if you're with the right person, like if you're with the wrong person, yeah.
You know what, though, country rap? But here's the thing: a lot of them boys worked and had a creative image that they brought to the table. None of them got a fucking thing for free. A lot of people have been made to believe that they got shit for free, but nobody got a motherfucking thing for free.
You
Yeah.
need to have all these
You need to
people
have
so they
someone to
can
call
tell
when-
you, like, you need to leave this fucking person. But if you're with the right person, like, I relate to
It's
everything
something that
you just
shines.
said. Yeah, super heavily. Gator and I were like that. And you have to, when we met, it was like the music. So we were around each other 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Then that started transpiring into our relationship. And then it was like, a lot of stuff got thrown at us very early on, as opposed to now where it's like super calm and it's just,
It's,
like we got
that
all this shit out in the
probably did
beginning.
y'all 100%
Oh,
solid. 'cause
but it's so good though, because
Yes.
then when you you've gone through all that and you know your person, and now it's like, okay, who do we want to be around?
Yep.
Straight up home record
Because
talking
And
right now.
then it gets to a point where, like, if there's any hesitation there, you'll end up knowing you're not with the right person.
sure.
Like, they're almost, why would I cut my super toxic person off or not talk to this? No, I'm telling you, that's almost like to say why a lot of relationships don't
Nah,
survive
Tex,
early
if you
on.
know the
Yeah.
I mean, there's a
backstory,
lot-
she fucking took and came in between a marriage and a family for her own benefit. And if you go listen to the interview with Gator's ex and all, if you know how to read between the lines, you fucking hear it.
the potential that gets crushed is by having the wrong 4 people around.
absolutely. No, I agree with that.
Old ways
100%.
die hard. I've seen it.
Okay, so you have this amazing woman, and y'all've
It's an
been together
understatement.
forever. So where are you currently? In
Was in Ashland City, Tennessee until February 15th, and I decided it was time to pack up and go home.
Happy
But
Valentine's Day.
thank you. Yeah, no, and so that's the thing, is the 14th is when it all went down. Like
Love that.
What's up,
the
Yankees?
big old me going back and forth with him, and the night that I made my decision was 14th leading into the 15th, but I decided to sleep on it. Headed back to Kentucky, and it's hard to say like where home in Kentucky is. It's more just Kentucky,
Yeah,
because I have
Kentucky's
people
fine.
all over it. I have a property kind of within the 100-mile range of Louisville, out in the middle of nowhere. And then I've got family up north closer to Cincinnati. I've got family over in the east. And now I ended up, by a miracle with the timing, like maybe an hour and a half out of Lexington.
Okay.
So like daily or throughout the week, I'm running this big triangle of like Cincinnati to Lexington to Louisville and back, and ending up in Nashville. That's where my dentist is.
Okay.
Before we got all my daughter's doctor stuff switched, we had to keep running to Tennessee to get her checkups and all that. I had
Yeah.
to go get my teeth done. So I'm kind of running this big old line around everywhere, but I'm laying my head a little bit outside Lexington. and
Okay.
it's
Kentucky
nice.
boy.
Yeah, no, it's legit right now because I'm living in the city. I've never really lived in the city.
Right,
It's
you're like,
always
"What
I've
is
always got
this?"
some grass around me. This is the first place I ain't got no grass around me,
Yeah.
but it ain't been bad. It's kind of like hiding in the chaos. Like
Yeah.
Felicia and I, we don't really bother a fly. We'll be nice to you.
Bro, I know a lot of people ain't going to understand. This is meant for one person. I know you don't want me to play this, but I'm just going to say this. There ain't but one person that can steer this fucking car out of the ditch. And it's not you. It's not anybody else. It has to be him. Other than that, I think people need to hear this shit. We was all fucking lied to. And it ain't cool. We was lied to by both sides. And it ain't cool, bro.
At the same time, you don't say nothing to us, we're probably
Not
just
gonna go out of our
like,
way.
especially lately, since I left there and the things that have been told to me, it's almost on like a don't come too close, don't look too hard.
sure.
Like, we're doing us, leave us alone. And
Yeah.
it's been a good place to do that.
That's good.
We've had some experiences.
Oh, I believe it. So you say daughter. I know that you have a daughter. She's so cute. How old is she now?
She's almost 2 years. So we
Wow.
just did her 18-month checkup. She's getting there fast. I feel like I'm gonna blink my eyes. She's gonna be 5. and
Oh, she will. So
it's-
hold on real
from
tight
what
because
I've
it's
heard,
crazy.
That's why I'm truly trying to embrace every single day.
What
It's-
is it like being a girl dad?
Man, you think you know fear, you think you know being scared, you think you know about having to plan ahead and project. You ain't know shit
What's
till
happening?
you have
Hey
a
everyone,
kid,
welcome
and you
to all
don't
my
know
people
shit
on
till
Logan
you have a
account.
girl.
Today I'm
Yeah.
going to be
It's
showing you a
like-
new app that I just found
Man,
out.
I don't know. The first time they get a scrape on their knee, it's like terrifying. I don't know how to. I will look at every corner on every table, and it's like that could kill my kid.
Your protection
Yeah,
really just
it's-
like kicked
I
in.
don't know if they've
The
gone back
couple
or not.
times that she's come running across the grass and ate shit and got up crying.
Mm-hmm.
Like the feeling that I get, ooh, I'd do anything to keep it away.
Yeah.
It's one of those like I want to bubble wrap her and make her sit in
Aw.
one spot, and you can't do that.
No,
the
you
shelter
can't.
never
Hey, but
goes
being
good. You
mad-
can't do it.
And it's different with little boys. So
Being mad because the motherfucker didn't notice you shaved your eyebrows off, that's something else right there. Like, motherfucker, like, what?
I have a bonus baby. He has a son and he's 4. And it, like for the women and a little boy, it's like, I'm who he's running
yeah,
to. If he's got a cut and his dad's
sure.
like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Ah," and he's just walking closer to me.
Yeah,
Like
he
he
wants-
doesn't
yeah,
care
no.
about dad. But
Your
like,
dad's gonna say, "Suck
it's
it
also
up."
different for boys because you're like, okay, I'm like, "Are you okay? Oh, you're fine. You're gonna be all right, right?"
Yeah.
Because men are,
They're supposed to be rough and
yeah,
tough.
they're
Like,
rough.
you're supposed to
and-
raise them rough.
But
And
girls are just different. And
I was thankful when I found out we were having a girl, and it was because, I mean, I'm a second. So if I'm having a boy, it was already determined. That's a third. That's going to be.
oh, that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's
dope.
almost. When I found out we was having a girl, I left that in Felicia's area. It was almost. I mean, you can name her Felicia the second if
Yeah.
you want. That's up to you.
No way. Not
left
Felicia
it
the
there, and it
second.
was more like you said, the boys are supposed to be raised rough and tough.
Yeah.
And at the moment I was in, like losing the family farm, going through the stuff I was, then finding out at the time we did that she was pregnant, almost like I was shutting the world off. I
Mm-hmm.
was ready to hit the woods, buy my property, and never come out of it.
Yeah.
And it kind of, knowing I had a girl on the way, I felt like, okay, instead of me trying to make this boy rough and tough and me already having a hell of an edge on me, chip on my shoulder type shit, maybe a girl will kind of show me it ain't so bad. And me trying to treat her as softly as possible, maybe it will bring the soft side out of me. And I do believe it has.
Yeah.
It's like, just in these past situations, I can almost say, even before I left Tennessee, my daughter is the reason for so many things and the reason so many other things didn't go. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have been where I was as long as I was if it wasn't for my daughter. I also know she's the reason I had to leave when it was time. Like,
Yeah.
when what went down in front of her, it was like, okay, if I allow this now, I can never say anything about it again.
Yep.
And it's like, man, it's one thing, me and Felicia, like we've been around it all, heard it all. You ain't really gonna say anything to offend us, but you're not gonna do wild shit in front of my kid and me just accept it.
That's a
And-
good father, and that's a good
and-
protector, and that's what you're supposed to do.
I really do appreciate
I
hearing
admire-
that. It's
I
like
admire that.
I know that's in here either way. So if that was the terrible thing, it wouldn't make a difference. But I do. The amount of people that have told me that it goes a long way every time. It's
Yeah.
like, because I mean, I can't say I didn't question what was happening in my actions. It's
For
like,
sure.
like, is this the right move? Am I overreacting? Am I?
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of people understand, and I've talked about this on here before, even like with my childhood. If you don't pay attention to the things that you allow your child to be around, hear, see, witness, you have no idea what you're implementing into them
Straight up, they see
as an adult.
everything. Yeah.
People can say maybe you can slide by, maybe the first year.
Yeah.
But I see blurry visions
Yeah.
from when I was little.
Me
I
too.
remember things and feelings and,
Yep.
and like sensory things from when I was a baby. And every single thing that happened to me as a child mapped out some of the shit that I did in my preteens
I'm
and older
telling you,
years.
there's
So
something to
it
it.
don't matter whatever your gut says, especially when it comes to your kid, that's what the fuck you listen to.
Yes, and it
don't
happened.
matter.
I can't say my former associate didn't make it easy in a way that it was like, one thing, two things, three things.
Sure.
Already starting to get. He made it easier and easier over time because of the things he was doing. It was like, all right, I turned 30, I had my kid, and seeing, and I said this online, is like seeing the line in between what I'll tolerate and not change so rapidly. And it ended up being one of my best friends that I was not going to tolerate no more. Like it's
Isn't
to
that
that
crazy?
extent. It's almost like, bro, if I don't feel you good to have around my kid, you will not be in my life. And
Right.
with him, it would have been very hard to already lay that line if there wasn't what happened. Like it was just one of those. It's never a big enough hole to sink the ship. It's never too big a problem. But
Yeah,
once
because
involve,
you take so much. Like I do the same thing. I'll take
yeah,
whatever.
I'm not trying to
But
ruffle any feathers.
You
I'm
do
not
something to my
trying
kid. I think. Well,
Exactly.
that's a cool. So it really made you like view life differently, and then
100%
you
and
know,
fast. Like
yeah,
it didn't take no time at all to where it's like I'm
Yeah, you
looking at
felt
things that would have been
disrespected.
cool
And I
6
get
months
that.
ago. Like, nah, we ain't doing that. We're dads now.
yeah.
Like, that's not how this is
And
gonna
that's
go. And
respect.
once again, it's like, ain't no man on this earth gonna yell at me in front of my woman and kid. My kid get any type of feeling off it, but the look on
Yeah.
her face told me everything I need to know. No man's gonna do that. And me just, hell yeah, bro, see you in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
never gonna happen. And unfortunately, said, even when it's the closest of people, like my father would never do that ever in the world. But if he did, he knows it's no different. And it's like with the closest people, it can be the hardest.
Right,
Once they
Rusty.
do that, it's easy.
Yeah.
Like that's where the kid, the daughter being around comes in. Is like, man, this time before my kid, I would have had a really hard time, even after this, putting that cut in.
Yeah.
But once the kid's there, shit, pull the knife out. Let's go.
I
With no
really,
hesitation.
really respect that out of you. Like, because there's a lot of people who don't do that. I know people, I've, talked to so many people and heard their experiences of parents who didn't do that.
And that's my
And the stories that happen from there don't get better.
I mean,
so
trust
I
me,
really respect that.
It's no secret that we all know how Ryan speaks on certain things and stories, and like it's like you see this much of it. How you think the inside of that house is?
Oh, yeah,
and
I
it's
can only
like
imagine.
you said, as a 6-month-old, you're not really thinking about it. She ain't really ever out in the mix. But as a 1-year-old running around in the living room and hearing your uncle, your dad, your brother, your sister, whoever in there saying some of the things that are said, it's like, yeah, no, she's about to be a little sponge, and that is not going to be what's
Yeah.
received. Hell no.
Absolutely.
And like I said, it was hard. Ultimately, one incident made it easy. And it was like, all right, but the bad thing is, I'm sure you know as well as I do, there are people, like every emotion and all the shit that plays into it is different when it comes to like some people will stay at a job they hate to support their kid.
For sure.
Some people, because you gotta have something coming in.
Yeah.
You don't want to be moving place to place and picking your kid and your girl up and taking them across the state when it could have just been solved, whatever. I could never be that. It's like, I don't care if I'm in a cardboard box under a bridge that I done built a roof on just to stay alive. If my girl and my kid are good, we're good, and they will never, ever be in a position where we're uncomfortable because I have to make money. Hell no.
Respect. Yeah.
There's a million ways to make an honest dollar, and it's one of those, like,
Well, and for you with your background,
my
I
point.
hate to say it's easy, but you can
Yeah,
you
no,
can
I-
get your hands dirty. You know how to work.
My
like,
point. It don't matter if it's messing with these dang phones and devices. There ain't nothing on these I can't do. When it comes to building, it's like I could take that damn board apart, put it back together in probably about an hour. My dad made sure that I knew early on it ain't anything that's gonna pay you other than the skills that you have and the problems you can solve.
Amen.
And it's thank you, Dad.
Yeah.
It's almost, I'm so glad. And I mean, as a 15-year-old on the job site just wanting to get to the party on Friday night, I didn't see the importance of it then. It's almost, come on, Dad.
You
Like,
normally
man,
don't with the
you're
life
trying to teach me how to
lessons.
plumb. I don't care, Dad.
Yeah.
There's a party just started. I said I was going to be there.
Right.
But then at 20 years old, whenever the only
Oh, he
job
definitely
available for
was
that
part of
good
the
month
problem.
or two is a bunch of plumbing jobs and some
Let's not sugarcoat it. He definitely was part of the problem. He was running and buying the shit for him and bringing it back. He was definitely part of the fucking problem.
it's like, damn, I'm
Gotta
glad
figure it
Dad
out.
taught me how to do it.
Yeah.
And the skills he instilled in me early is why I have no fear. It's like, I'll go give anybody a shot. Just like how I ended up down here. Just like how I ended up in West Virginia 4 months ago doing a deck in the middle of nowhere. It's someone tells me, hey, I got this opportunity. Let's try it out. But the minute you rub me wrong, I'm gone. Like,
Same.
I've quit jobs over people saying it's just a cat.
Bro, same.
I had to supervise
My
it.
Nana always tried to tell me, and this is, well, I didn't listen to everything she said until, like you said, you get older, and then like in the moment, you're like, oh, that's what she meant. But there's one thing that I listened, or that she told me that I never listened to, and that was, well, Savannah, you can't quit one job without another one. Well, here's one thing about me. I've been through a lot of shit since I was a kid. I will not remain in any circumstance or atmosphere that I am uncomfortable or unhappy in for too long.
Life's too
I
short
might
to
stay
do
there
it.
a couple weeks, might stay there a couple months.
Yeah.
And that goes for relationships too. But jobs, I don't give a fuck.
No.
If I have this eerie feeling about going into work, that's
Exactly.
it. I'm wondering
Right there,
when I'm
you
getting
know
out.
it when you feel it right here.
Yeah,
It's just like, man, this ain't
I'm
right.
done.
This
I'm
ain't right.
leaving, and I've walked
it's-
out. I've done no shows. Like, sorry, maybe that's not the best way to handle it, but it's not my problem. I got 2 weeks because I got this paycheck that's coming in
Yep,
here,
you
and then I
already
know,
know.
and then when
You
I'm
already
getting
know.
another
You tried
job,
to
I'll be
get
paid
ahead
2
of
weeks later. So it's like I never listened to that rule because I'm not going to stay somewhere I'm not happy. You know?
The case is usually, well, I needed a job when I found this one.
Mm-hmm.
And in my personal experience, it's always meant I will sit home and eat toast and tuna and crackers
Yep.
before I let anybody talk shit to me, belittle me, any of that. And
I'll be broke. I don't care.
yeah,
I'll figure
exactly.
it out. The dollar, you can find a dollar.
Because I know I can start a fire. I know I can build a lean-to. I know
Exactly.
that ultimately, if I'm out in the middle of the woods, I'll be just fine. So it's
Yeah.
like I always try to stay above that. Or I've
Oh,
always
of
said, like,
course.
plan A
Yeah, we're
is-
not saying just, everybody
Yeah,
quit your
don't,
job,
don't.
but if it's
Don't.
really that bad, I'm always support. They know I'm in
There's-
support of leave. I don't
100%.
care what the
Yeah.
fuck it is.
No, I'm with you 100% because you can't be
So-
somewhere that's stifling you internally like that at
No.
all.
So you said something about losing the family ranch. What is that about? When did that take place? Did that lead you into the first time you stayed with?
No, so
okay, how did that?
we were still in the process of trying to save it when I started living with Ryan the first time. And to give you
Okay.
a timeline, okay, so 2010, come back from Florida, living with grandma and grandpa, and they're both still living.
Okay.
And then grandma passed away, grandpa passed away, we're working. The family was still kind of, let's save it, like everybody as a whole. And then greed started coming out pretty
course.
quick. Everybody wanted their piece, and it was like, well, if we keep this like Pepaw wanted, everybody will always have a place. But they
Right.
ended up, it didn't take long for family to start, we want our chunk, sell it,
course.
split it 3 ways, whatever. And it was like, when I first started working for Ryan, I want to say 2018 into 2019, every bit of the money I was making, which wasn't much, was going back home. It was like, I'll be down here running around. I'm not swinging a hammer and busting my ass every day. I'm making decent money, and I only need, I can survive on so little when it comes to just me running around.
Yeah.
It's like, if I got 500, 450 is going to my mom and dad. And it's like, it was just all in the essence of, even though I'm far away, it's still mission save the ranch, mom and dad. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry, I'm not moving out and just dipping on everybody. It's like, we're still going to keep the place. That's the goal. I'm going to make it big sometime, but it's almost like, we're doing better than just me busting ass on a construction site, $10 an hour.
Yeah.
And going through that. And then when I came home in 2020, after his mother did some bullshit to my girl, and Ryan was doing his shit, not answering texts. It was getting weird. All of a sudden, it's like, all right, we're heading home till we figure this out. After 5 days, I knew it wasn't getting figured out, and I'm running back and forth, no sleep, just trying to save what I can because I felt it getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
Ended up, I left probably $15,000 worth of stuff there in that house the first time. I never seen it again. I left a Can-Am. Kind of funny how that all went.
Yeah.
It's like my Harley. Don't know where the first one ended up. Ended up finding out 5 years later where it ended up, and I could have almost bought it back. And it was like, you know what? Screw it. It is what it is. Buried that hatch a long time ago. Well, I get back home to Kentucky, and it wasn't long. I want to say about a year and a half in, family was closing in. The court cases were getting more frequent. It was like, we're going to have to sell this property
it.
to pay everybody.
That
And
sucks.
I did everything I could. My dad did everything he could. I mean, we tried our asses off. We stole tools. We went and did jobs we would have never done. We ran ourselves ragged trying to save that house from our greedy ass family. And it was like, finally, threw our hands up. All right, sell it and pay them.
I
So
hate
like
that.
everybody got their split. And my parents were going to give me a little bit of it. It wasn't nothing crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking $250,000 at the most. And by the time all the fees and everything
Of
was
course.
done, like each family member is getting $30,000. And I
Right.
told my parents, like, well, no, now that we're all homeless, you ain't giving me a dime. Y'all take that, do whatever you got to do. You get it. We'll figure it out. Me and Felicia, we're grown. We'll figure it out. That's when I moved to the woods. And that's when, like, through her side of the family, ended up down in these woods, liked the place with my trailer, was going to make it temporary, and then the place next to me was up for sale. And I pretty much told myself in my head, I ain't leaving these woods, I ain't fucking with nobody until I buy this property. Once I have a place I know I can come back to, we can do whatever in the world we want to do.
Yeah.
And I worked in a nursing home for like 7 straight months, saved up, and then ended up with the help of Felicia's mom, the money I had saved, and the way it all went, we bought that property. And it was like, all right, we can take a breath. And then 3 days later, Felicia got like deathly sick. And I ended up losing my job at the nursing home because I'm like, I can't leave her down here in the woods sick
Right.
like this. Find out a week later, she's pregnant.
No
And
shit.
it was like, well, we didn't even have time to pop a bottle.
Right.
Before it's like, all right, next one's coming.
You were popping
And,
something, just not
yeah,
the bottles.
legit. It was like, all right, well now, as soon as I thought I'm gonna be able to take a breath, leave all the wild shit I've been through to settle for a second, nah, now it's time to get up. We really got to do something. So I was doing just like a million types of different work for the first like 3 months. And then I had a friend, pretty good friend that I had met doing grave digging. I grave dig for like 2-3 years on and off. And more or less, one of the guys that worked with us, he got unalived in a very bad way.
Damn it.
And we all worked at that cemetery together. That's where his family wanted him buried. And it was 3 days of a lot of like really sad but uplifting but really sad shit. And it was one of those like, man, I think I'm gonna take a break a second. We've been working all over the place. We've been, out in the woods. It's been a wild year already. I just ran around the country doing a convoy. Like, it's time to truly, I'm gonna buckle down, find one job, and be good.
Right.
And it was probably gonna be up at this Ford dealership that was close to my property. Like, I inquired about it, was looking into it, and then we got the funeral stuff done. Came home at like 7 o'clock and didn't want to do my gaming, streaming, didn't want to do anything. I was like, I'm going to bed. And I'd never go to bed that early. Went to bed, woke up to like 3 missed calls from the 615 number. And then I seen Ryan had followed me back on Instagram. And I'm like, that's weird. I ain't heard from you other than a random, hey, bro, you want to play Warzone for like 3 years. He would hit me with that, and then I'd never hear from him for months.
How did you even meet him?
Through Nashville, I guess you could just say. Like I said, I was running around Nashville, hanging out at the Yellow Wolf's American flagship store. I got sponsored. My gaming channel got sponsored by Creekwater, which was Yellow Wolf's whiskey at the time. I was sponsored from them for like 6 years. To the point that where once I was living and kicking it with Ryan, his mother thought I was like a spy for Yellow Wolf or some shit. Because I always had some American stuff on. I was tight with every bit of their crew.
Everybody's a spy.
Oh, yeah, no, I figured it out after, trust me.
You're supposed to know.
I'm just like, bro, I had barely spent, like, it was never, I was best friends with Yellow Wolf.
Right.
I was never best friends with Struggle or Joey. But the first music video I was ever in, by chance, was a Struggle and Demon video.
Okay.
The Signs. I don't know if you know the song Signs.
I probably
Felicia
do.
and I are in that video, and it was just by chance. Like, Struggle needed someone in all black, and Felicia was going to play a role too. It was more or less, he hit us up out of nowhere. We happened to be in town. All right, cool. And then once I did that, it was like kind of once Struggle says you're all right, once Jelly says you're all right.
Yeah, you
once,
get to check.
Once everyone kind of sees, all right, this dude ain't some weirdo hanging around.
Yeah, you heard that. You heard that too. I heard it too.
For some shit. Because I got sponsored. Play Warzone for like 3 years. He would hit me with that, and then I'd never hear from him for months.
How did you even meet him?
Through Nashville, I guess you could just say. Like I said, I was running around Nashville, hanging out at the Yellow Wolf's American flagship store. I got sponsored. My gaming channel got sponsored by Creekwater, which was Yellow Wolf's whiskey at the time. I was sponsored from them for like 6 years. To the point that where once I was living and kicking it with Ryan, his mother thought I was like a spy for Yellow Wolf or some shit. Because I always had some American stuff on.
Yeah, I caught that
You
too.
didn't know this? Everybody's a spy.
Oh, yeah, no, I
What are
figured
you
it out
talking about?
after, trust me.
You're
It was
supposed to
almost
know.
like, bro, I had barely spent, like, it was never, I was best friends with Yellow Wolf.
Right.
I was never best friends with Struggle or Joey. But the first music video I was ever in, by chance, was a Struggle and Demon video.
Okay.
The Signs. I don't know if you know the song Signs.
I probably
Felicia
do.
and I are in that video, and it was just by chance. Like, Struggle needed someone in all black.
Yeah.
And Felicia was going to play a role, too. It was more or less, he hit us up out of nowhere. We happened to be in town. All right, cool. And then once I did that, it was like kind of once Struggle says you're all right, once Jelly says you're all right.
Yeah, you
once,
get to check.
Once everyone kind of sees, all right, this dude ain't some weirdo hanging around, before you know it, a couple people need your help with shit. And
Shortly.
me, I'll bring a solution to any table. I don't give a fuck what's going on. I walk in the room, shit's getting solved. It's just how I am. And the only person in situation environment that's ever stumped me is where I just left.
Yeah.
It's like, regardless, more or less, met Ryan in 2018. We went.
Bro, I tried to say that a long time ago, Rusty. She is what's crashed this young man's shit down. She's being jealous as fuck. It's weird, right? She didn't want to let go of her baby boy. Sometimes you gotta let a man be a man. You can't fucking
through one or two things like the
Weird
first and
shit.
second weekend that I stayed at his house. It's just type of shit that solidifies a friendship pretty quick. Like I helped
So
him.
does he just like say, "Hey, move in"?
No, No,
Okay.
it took a bit.
Because that's
like,
what it looks like from the consumer standpoint,
I'm
that he
sure.
just tells everybody,
Hey,
hey,
come on
do you
over.
want to come live with me?
It's
I'm
really,
gonna bug you meaning like with cameras and microphones. I'm going to force you into a bunch of shit. You can't ever talk about what you've been through here or what you see. And
you're
yeah, like
describing
that's what
my
it looks
employment.
like.
Yeah,
Like,
nah. But see, it wasn't that bad at first. It was like, I'm just coming in, okay, I already know most artists are different people. Like,
yeah.
we're all a little wild, we're all a little weird, and I just knew he was no exception. But it was like, he kept wanting to kick it. Like, bro, you seem cool as fuck, let's kick it. And it was like 4 times that we almost linked and didn't, in different cities, and me in Tennessee. He was in Kentucky one time. And it's like, I think the last time we tried to hang out, he was doing a show around Kentucky or Cincinnati, and I was going to go. And I busted ass all week. I crashed. I fell asleep and woke up like, bro, my fucking bad. I'm so sorry. And he was like, man, at this rate, just come to the ranch.
Oh yeah, he's
And he had
obsessed at
just
this
got the
point. He's
ranch.
like, I can't. People like, if he asks, you gotta deliver. I feel like
It was like I'm probably one of the only people that ever
he's not
fell
laying
asleep
off.
when he was waiting on you. And it's
Yeah.
like, I felt bad. So I was like, all right, I'll go down and see what this dude's doing. And like I said, the first time I went down, we just kicked it, did whatever. The next time I come down, he's like, man, you want to help me do this, do that? I helped him. By the 4th, 5th time, it's like I'm helping him do shit no one else will. And then there's certain stuff happening on the ranch that like most people would have ran and told the internet, most people would have got involved with. And then one specific time, which like I'm still kind of automatic filter with some of it from the first time. Like I never
Sure.
really told anybody, but long story, simplified, he was about to bust the shit out of every single vehicle in his driveway over a situation with a woman at that time. And
Was this the video that hit the internet?
no,
or
this
is
was
it,
this
oh,
was early,
okay,
early. Like I
different
said,
times.
this was 2018. This was like my 5th time on the ranch. I'm still not even really that close with him yet. I'm just
Yeah.
coming and helping him with some shit and kicking it. And no one else at the house, me, him, and this girl, and maybe his mom was inside. I don't know. I don't think so. It was just us in the driveway. The girl leaves, pissed off. Just an average couple fight, nothing wild. He wasn't flipping too bad, but he was pissed in a way that he grabbed a 2x4 with a nail in it. And he pretty much hit one car, was about to go hit the other. He was going to destroy that whole driveway. And even though he was a little bigger than
yeah.
me, and even though I don't know this dude like that, any of my friends do that, I'm going to stop him. I straight grabbed him around
Really?
him. And like, he's pretty much still going at it, like flinging me off his back pretty much. And I'm like, dude, stop. Just pick one. Just pick one.
Right.
So he picked one, and it was the white truck Elvis. I don't know if anybody knows that. It was
Yeah.
from back then. It was a
I've heard of
badass
it
Chevy
from
truck. Boy, I
others.
love that truck. He busted it to shit, but he only picked one. And then I never went and told the internet that. I never went and said anything to anyone about it. And I think he's seen right there, like, damn, this motherfucker wasn't afraid to snatch me up, or at least try to. And out of me, it was just like, nah, bro, like, you got all this nice stuff you earned. Don't destroy it. That
Yeah,
was the
but
first
see
of
now,
many
if you look
incidents.
through the goggles, well, to me, it's easy. When you're in the moment, you think you're being a good friend. Like, oh, he sees that as, oh, this is someone who's gonna see my crazy, see my bullshit,
not give a damn,
and
not tell
not
no
fucking
one.
tattle, and I can do whatever I want around them. Awesome.
I'm telling you, it's like
Yeah.
so it didn't happen often, but it happened in a way that it was like, that solidified us. He knew I was going to be cool about shit. And
So he was like, move in. He was like, move in. Like, is
pretty
that when?
much, yeah, like that's when
Okay.
it flowed. He was almost, I told him, I'm like, man, I can't keep leaving Felicia, back there working by herself, whatever. And he was almost like, bro, y'all come down here. And I mean, I would say get an apartment, but all the Ashland City apartments suck. Like, bro, if y'all want half the house or want to do it this way, whatever. And it just kind of flowed into that. And then I still wasn't like employed or being paid like that yet.
Okay.
Felicia come down there, and it was more like stay 2 weeks, and then we'd go home a week. And then Ryan, before even 2 days goes by, you got to come back, bro. You got to come back, bro. So all right, baby, you ready to go back?
And
then
what is it that you were doing? Just
putting out fires, son. Every
Okay.
fire that kid started, I'd try to find a way to put it out. And that was still early enough. I'm thinking, bro, what's everybody got against you? Like, why is everybody trying to lay a log in your path? We ain't gonna let that happen. And that was the days before the gate. There was no gate on the driveway. We had people rolling down that driveway every day. And he knew I was not afraid to walk out in that driveway and straight beam a truck. Like, who the fuck are you while you're here? You got 5 seconds.
that's crazy.
And then it's like the days of the gate came, and that was all good at first, but it was still Ryan didn't want to be there alone with just his mother
super
and whatever
paranoid.
female was around at that time. It was almost 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 of whatever the fuck was hitting the fan, having to sort it. And I was pretty good at it. Like, it's almost, I pride myself in no one being able to stump me with a problem. And back then, he couldn't. It was like most things were easily solved. It wasn't until the last year, maybe year and a half, that I started to see little by little, you can't solve this kid's problem.
Well, he's really good at being a narcissist. He's really good at the love bombing, and to me,
See, I
love
hate it, but I
bombing.
don't know I don't know what a narcissist is.
So a narcissist is like super obsessed with themselves. They're very egotistical. They want to all the compliments. They want everybody to be just as
Yeah.
equally in love with them. They're never wrong. You're always wrong. I mean, they flip
Might be
everything
hitting the
like
nail
it's
on
a
the head.
no, it's definitely a thing, and I've seen it, but I don't. So love bombing, I keep using that word, but that's when you love bomb. So you meet somebody and you're
Like cupcake
overly,
phase
yeah,
type
you're
shit.
overly. Whether it's a girl, you're bringing them flowers. It's a dude. I mean, because females can do it too, but I don't think it just lies in romantic relationships. Love
It's all
bombing,
over.
being
It's in
super,
work, it's in-
being super complimentive or just treating somebody extremely well for a short period of time
got
and
you.
then the fuse blowing.
Well, then, yeah, and it's
So-
like, I always kind of had like an internal joke, or Felicia and I, that like, there's 7 different Ryans, and 5 of them love Ripta to death.
Mm-hmm.
The 6th one's half timid and afraid of him, don't understand him, and the 7th one can't stand me.
That's
It's
crazy.
like, that's kind of how I always felt. And 99% of the time, I'm dealing with one of the 5 Ryans.
Yeah.
But every now and then, like, I remember the first time he ever slammed the door in my face. And I put him in check, like, bro, I don't ever do nothing to you. I ain't never caused you a problem. I do nothing to solve shit for you every day. Do not slam the door in my face. It's one of the things that will have me exiting your presence very quickly. Like, I don't take that shit. I ain't with that. Like, I already don't like you destroying all your shit, but I'm not going to tell you not to. It's your shit. But when I'm trying to help you and you want to go walk in the house and slam a door in my face, not very cool.
Right.
And it's even wilder now saying it. It's kind of how a lot of this goes, but it just dawned on me, like, our last real interaction was him slamming a door in my face.
Yeah, because
Like,
he
I didn't
doesn't
really
care
put the
about
correlation of those 2
boundaries.
things together.
He's like, actually, fuck your
And
boundaries.
it's, well, yeah, I guess he didn't listen. He didn't learn. And that's even more like the first time I was there, when I finally got hired on to continue on our track, is like, I was there for at least a year before it was like, hey, I need a bunch of pay from you. Like, I was helping Deerdorf film some stuff. I was just kind of running around. And it was really because Ryan would be doing whatever the fuck he was doing upstairs all day. And he'd be like, well, I came to Tennessee for 5 days to get something done. And Deerdorf's
Right.
over here needing something filmed. Like, Ryan, holler at me when you're ready.
Right.
We'll go kick it. We'll do whatever. And then it began this, like, why is he always down here filming with Deerdorf, but his stuff's at my house? So Patty came to me. I don't even like saying her name, boy. It's like Voldemort. I really,
Really?
yeah. Nah, after what she did to my woman, and I buried the hatchet on it, but now it's resurfaced after what she did when I left. Regardless, she kind of came to me like, okay, so we do want to hire you like full time. We do want you and Felicia here. I may even hire her as my assistant a little bit down the road, but pretty much numero uno is you cannot film for Deerdorf. It's like,
Aren't they like, oh, excuse me.
They were.
Weren't they like besties?
yeah, no, that was one of the very
Did
early
they tell
first red
Deerdorf
flags.
that you couldn't film for Deerdorf?
So,
like, hey,
yes.
you're my best friend, but you can't
No,
use him.
yes, and I had to have a talk with, like, pretty much, hey, bro, come pick me up. We're gonna go grab something to eat real quick. I gotta talk to you.
Damn.
And I told him, and the now coined term Ghost Ranch Insane Asylum was said that far back, and it made me mad. I was almost like, bro, what do you mean? He's like, nah, bro, that shit's gonna last a fucking month. Like, he's been pulling this weird shit. I'm like, fine, whatever. All right, cool. And then I don't think it was true. Then I did, but now with hindsight, talking with Deerdorf, more or less, I got home later that day, and Patty told me that Deerdorf had called me a couple choice words and pretty much said, oh, so y'all are going to hire him? You're going to take away pretty much my slave in a way. I'll leave it at that. I'll keep it. And I hit Deerdorf like, bro, how the fuck could you ever say that? And I'll never lift a finger for you again. I ain't got nothing for you. And he tried to express to me that he didn't.
Sounds like a little
But it
bit
was
of
like-
manipulation
It
there.
was like, oh, no, Ryan and his mom ain't going to lie to me.
Right.
Like, I'm in their house. I'm this close. Like, no. And it put a little bit of a divide between Deerdorf and I, which didn't matter much because I was always with Ryan at that point. And then
Yeah.
it was not long. It was like time-wise, you would probably know reference to where, like, when the Taylor girl came in the picture, which I hate bringing these people up if they don't want to be brought into it, but at the same time, there's certain people that can vouch for certain things, and there's
Sure.
certain things that stick out in the timeline. And it's when I left there, she had been there about
What's
3
up,
weeks
Jen?
in. That was already his wife and daughter, and it was like they'd been together 10
Of
years.
course.
We tried to give
Love
it a
bombing
chance.
face.
We tried to be decent. Patty got caught running her mouth about the girl, and then tried to stick it on Felicia and me. And pretty much Ryan called me on some, you better meet me at the boat ramp, bring my Sea-Doo, and we're probably going to fight about it.
Really?
So I grabbed his Sea-Doo, took it to the boat ramp, and we had it out right there. We didn't fight. We had it out, him sitting in the truck, and I'm like, dude, I didn't say that shit about that girl. I didn't say anything. Your mom got to going, and I knew I needed to bring this thing to you. I was trying to walk out of the house. Like, more or less, Patty didn't think that she was upstairs. She thought she had already left to the boat ramp with Ryan. She come walking out from upstairs after Patty just said all this foul shit. And me and Felicia looked at each other like, oh, that's not good. And I mean, it wasn't a minute of me hooking up that Sea-Doo. My phone's ringing. You better get down here. Y'all got some explaining to do.
So if Taylor heard it, then why would Ryan have thought it was you?
Didn't matter. And like, so with hindsight then and even now, Taylor straight said, I tried to tell Ryan y'all had nothing to do with it. Like, she reached out to me
Yeah, I've spoke
in the
with her.
past year and
I
just more
spoke
or
with
less
her.
was like, hey, this is how that went. I
Yeah.
know it's been a long time. I know it's not even worth bringing up, but just so you know, just so the air is clear, like a lot of people have had to do with
Bro,
other
that
people
poor
through
girl,
all
I
this.
can't even,
My
I
point,
can't
I have
speak
nothing
on her
against her.
behalf. And I really, really hope that she, like, seeing you and seeing, well, I don't want to say victims, but seeing some of the people who have been through the hellhole,
No, yeah, he'll put you
getting,
to the
you know,
fucking ringer, son.
confidence to be able to speak
Yeah,
out.
I ain't no victim
Because
at the
she
same
got
time.
put
Like,
through, not only did she get put through the fucking ringer during, but then after, like,
They all- yeah.
everything, holy shit. It's like,
I'm
yeah,
telling you,
I
it
just
was,
feel
a,
so
it was
bad.
a typhoon he could send any direction if he wanted when someone didn't do something he
Disgusting
liked.
power.
But she was there about 3 weeks. We tried to give it a shot, and then I legit woke up one morning. Like, Felicia and Patty were on the couch watching a scary movie the night before. I went to sleep. I wake up. Felicia's already awake. She's in there doing dishes. And I get a text message that kind of woke me up. And, like, I'm sitting up, kind of grabbing my pack of cigarettes, about to walk out and start looking at my phone. You know, it was one to get to it. The day is starting. I get a text. I don't want to quote it. I do have it still. It was more or less, Felicia is very aggravated and needs a vacation. I think you need to take her somewhere or whatever. And I'm kind of like, what, man? And I was like, what do you mean? And she, like, it's typing. She said she's in there slamming dishes. Actually, second thought, we're going to terminate her. We don't need her services anymore. Can you please have her out of here before Ryan gets back?
What?
And I'm like I said, I'm sitting here like, do I smoke this cigarette or do I straight crash out right now? And I just said, all right,
like,
no,
you're just
I'll
gonna
get her out of
send
here.
your woman.
Yeah, so look, I go walking into the kitchen. I was
What?
like, baby, put them dishes down. She's like, I'm almost done. Hang on. I said, no, put them dishes down. She said, what? I said, come here. She walks over to me. I said, get in the truck, get everything you need for a week and a half, and meet me at the apartment. We're going back to Kentucky. She's like, what? I'm like, just do it. Just do it. Don't need to be anything else. Get all the clothes you need. I'll help you if you need it. I already pulled the truck around. Get in that truck, go to the apartment. I'll be there in an hour. And I more or less, I already knew in my body, like, this ain't going to go how they think it's going to go. But keep it civil. Let's see what the fuck's up. I still have a lot of shit in this house. It's going to take a lot to move. I'm telling you, it was mission for 4 trips. I barely slept. I'd go home, shut my eyes for an hour, jump back up, got to go get my shit. And every time I'd go down there, Ryan would be texting me while I was gone, like, hey, man, we got to figure this out. When you get back, I want to talk with you. But then when I'd show up, be no one but his mom there. And then the very last time.
That seems like a trend, too.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I've heard a lot of stories that sound like that.
I think they really thought that I was going to take Felicia home and just come back like nothing happened. And
That's
it's like,
crazy.
Bro, y'all pay me chicken feed. Like, I don't know in what world they thought. Like, they knew me enough. I thought, it's like, y'all really assumed that was going to go that way.
Right.
And so by the 4th time I come back and I'm loading up the hearse, Ryan's catching the wind out the window, peeping at me like, oh, this motherfucker ain't coming back. So from that point on, the guard started acting shitty with me. Nobody would respond to me. Patty was sending me weird shit. Like, it got to where I'm like, okay, these people ain't gonna
That's
let me
ridiculous.
live.
And, like, what did Felicia do?
what the hell happened? I never got a clear answer on it, and that's why me and Ryan never could. Like, there was a good night or two after the hearse trip. Me and my dad got the hearse back. Me and Dad talked for 4 hours, kind of like, yeah, that was weird. I don't know what's up with that. Well, how do you think so-and-so felt about it? Why did this guard act like that? Because while I loaded that hearse up, my dad's finishing it, I went in the house to put the Can-Am keys that was supposed to be my Can-Am on my lamp, and I looked at all the stuff I was about to throw in the back of the hearse, and the guard standing here breathing down my neck, acting weird as fuck.
That's crazy.
And I was pretty much like, dude, I ain't doing this shit. Like, y'all really gonna do this? All right, yeah, fuck it. Threw them Can-Am keys on the lamp, slammed the door shut, walked out. Dad, you got that strapped up? Yeah, we're ready. All right. Pretty much like, I ain't got nothing else for y'all. Pulled out of there, and it was like, I knew I wasn't getting my Can-Am back. I knew I wasn't getting my Harley back. And the $15,000 worth of gaming stuff, relics, sentimental stuff that was in that room, it was like a, you know, if I was someone else, he might have sent it back, but he ain't gonna send my shit to me. He ain't. It's all gonna end up trashed. And then I had one of his family members tell me about 6 months later that that's exactly what he did. He went in there to paint the room rainbow for Taylor's kid, and he destroyed every bit of my shit. And it was like,
what a fucking,
damn,
that's
son,
so,
kind of stung a little bit, but
yeah, but like, why? Like, you
it made
don't
it that
have
much
to
better
do
when
that.
I went, worked, made money, and bought everything back that I truly, like, not everything, but in my head, I had like 15 different things that were very special that I could buy again. And I just worked my ass off to like, nah, every one I get's gonna make me feel a better way of like, nah, you might have destroyed
For
my
sure.
shit, but I went and earned it back. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And to the point of like, when I left there, I dropped it. I didn't look back at anything. I kept doing my gaming stuff. I started working at the cemetery grave digging. I still did some vlogs, and I dealt with, just like what you said Taylor did, just like what Katie did, just like anyone that ever opposed him in them early years. I'd have people come in my streams trying to ruin it. I'd have people coming in
Yeah,
my...
the doxers.
Legit, like trying to shut my home's internet down, and
Yep.
I'm having to change my IP address and all this different stuff. I'm having to run a stream
Shit that
with a
nobody should ever
VPN.
have to deal with. Like, you want to have
Yes.
beef with someone, cool,
It's
but like,
like-
this is fucking ridiculous.
Is almost, I dealt with the quote-unquote fugging squad for the first good little bit, and then it got to a point where people just knew I wasn't going to talk to you about Ryan.
Yeah.
I truly left there, shut my mouth, didn't say anything, and kept on doing what I was doing before I left. Hard work and trying to make a fucking dollar. And then it became, like I said, over them 3 years, in the sense of trying to keep the farm, I did some other stuff. I did a convoy from Washington, D.C. with about 500 truckers and a bunch of other people to California and back. And when I got back, that's when it was kind of like 5 months into we're about to lose the house. It was like, so I ran around, did some shit, worked, whatever, came back to realize, okay, things are going to change. And it was more, I don't know what made me give Ryan the second chance in 23 when he called me after that funeral and all that. It was more like after that funeral, you're all soft inside, life's
Yeah.
too short, man. Like, did it really need to be all that? And he was swearing to me, because I told him, like, man, he said something about me coming down to the fire and eating some mushrooms. And I still have the messages, because me and him had never ate no mushrooms together, ever. Not that I ain't experiencing that, but I had never done that with him the first time. And he said it, and I'm like, look, brother, I'm going to be real with you. There's going to have to be a long talk before we ever do something like that.
Right.
And he's just kind of like, no, I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean. And he sent me like 6 videos that disappeared after the first play of, bro, I love you to death, and I'm so sorry the way that went, and I swear to you, I never had nothing to do with it. My mom's not around no more. She screwed me over. I really need help, man. This house is falling apart. Whatever. Like, he made me feel genuinely bad, and I'm kind of like, damn, your mom did you wrong too? Like,
Right, and you
that'd
already,
make you
he
feel
probably
bad for
played
any
off
homie.
of that animosity you had towards her to
Like,
begin with.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
he almost acted like, yeah, bro, she screwed you all over. And I found
Right.
out later that that was all a lie. And then she screwed so-and-so, and then she screwed me. And I'm like, all right, man, I'll come down and see what you got going in a couple days. No, man, please. I'm like, well, I got jobs already booked I got to do. Man, what will it take, bro? What will it take to get you down here? I'll give you $5,000 to come down here right now. And it's like, dude, I can't just cancel the jobs. Like, these are actually good people I'm doing this work for. Give me 2 days. I'll come down there. You ain't got to pay me nothing. We'll see what's up. And I got down there, and I mean, he did his damnedest to paint a picture as he was a completely different person. And I mean, he pulled the wool over my eyes pretty good. It
And
just,
so what year is this?
23.
Okay.
It was like middle of 2023. Felicia's 3 months pregnant we just bought that property. Like I
Okay.
told you, it was almost like, all right,
So you
so
weren't around when I came,
nope,
because I started in 2020,
nope.
right? Like after COVID
Is
hit.
like I said, that Can-Am that I put the keys on the lamp to, that's the orange Can-Am that ended up in your
That's
video. But I was
crazy.
already gone by
Yeah.
that point, and it's like I knew. I remember seeing that. I remember like I knew my Can-Am wasn't on the property anymore, but it was one of those I didn't care. I was so
Yeah.
burnt from it. It was like, dude, fuck. And I just remember you being on the rise and like really steaming with a lot of music at that point.
Yeah.
And
Shit
it's
was crazy on the internet.
like at the time I turned a blind eye, I remember you kind of being a commodity in the country rap thing coming up. Everyone's like, oh shit. But I really didn't even know the extent of like the disses back and forth. And all.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, I always stayed pretty busy and I did my damnedest. The way I looked at it with Ryan was eventually I'm going to be in the light either way. Like this is going to go on for 10, 15 years. Like people are going to know who I am. I don't care for them too. I tried to stay behind the curtain as long as I could.
For sure.
I got a thrill off being the man in the black hat. No one knows who he is or what he's doing.
Yeah.
Don't question it though.
Cool job.
Like, yeah, I don't mind it one bit. And it's, like I said, I can't say it was all bad. I can't say we didn't have good memories and this and that. I can't say that like some of the best people I've met in my life to this day are because of those days. It's
Yeah.
like I'll never regret them. That's what I was doing then. That's what I loved. And even with the second bout, it's like I will not say that I did not. I mean, I got the first year of my kid's life done. I turned 30 there. Like we had that tour. It was pretty good until the end. It's like there was some good times there. I got pride
sure.
off being the one to oversee the driveway being poured. But then I find out who all he ripped off to get the driveway poured, and it's almost like, dude, what do you got me standing in front of here? Because it seems like everywhere I turn is another person you've burnt, and then you tell me it's not true, but I find out later that it is. And it's like, a lot of people have asked me when I feel the change was, when I started feeling leery, when I started seeing things that were
Yeah,
red
because
flags.
you went back, so you guys moved in again.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and truly under the guise, he tried to offer me $5,000 a month and Felicia $5,000 a month. I said, hell no. Like, bro, I ain't coming down here, ain't seen you in 3 years and just, oh yeah, give me a bunch of money. And like, no. Said, cut it in half. We'll take that. We'll give it a good month or two run. We'll see what's up. And if I'm cool by the time my kid gets here, we'll stay. If not, I'm going back. Like, I'm having a kid now. It's time to elevate.
It's different.
We're done running around the creek. It's not that no more. It can be if I know my kid and my girl's good.
Right.
But, I mean, he was all for it. He treated Felicia like a queen when she was pregnant. I mean, you better not even look at her wrong. You bet, like, he really did show me a solid, and I've really felt genuine. When I go back after my first week of trial being down there and he's wanting me to come back, going home to tell Felicia, yeah, I think we're going to try to do this. Telling her mom, she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And
of
I'm like,
course.
nah, look, like the way he was treating Felicia, the way he talked to me, it seemed sincere.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that way for a good bit. But I mean, then through his significant other's pregnancy, he treated her like dog shit. And it was like, bro, how in the hell you going to treat my girl like she's on a pedestal higher in this
That's
house?
weird.
But then your girl is like, because she's not meeting the mark that mine
Right.
did. One of his favorite quotes was, well, Felicia was 9 months pregnant riding four-wheelers around and splitting wood. And it was
Okay,
almost
and that's
like, but dude,
not
that's
for
not every
everybody.
girl, bro. That was
Yeah.
Felicia trying to get this baby out of her because it's
Right.
9 months in. Like, it just, every girl is different. And I had to keep telling him, like, bro,
And that's
go
so
easy.
weird to do to your girl while she's like, come
So
on.
that was the early red flags. And then the tour. The tour planning was weird. The rehearsals went weird. Seeing how many damn sound people we went through before the tour even kicked
Why
off.
what do you mean, like, why weird?
Like, you know how business is kind of supposed to go. People
Yeah.
been doing business for thousands of years. Well, they have a whole different way of doing it. And just like hearing the plans Ryan would have and seeing the way the team's trying to execute them and all these plans for tour with all these different artists, I seen the writing on the wall. Like, bro, this is going to go south so fast.
Mm-hmm.
This don't seem right. Like, you're paying this artist this much, but you're going to pay this artist this much. And it's shit like that that always made me turn a blind eye. I don't know what Ryan makes. I don't know where he makes it from. I'm pretty sure he burnt his YouTube monetization early on, like just through 2016 to 2019. YouTube was
Yeah,
hard
I
on shit.
have wind of him not really being good in the money
I don't think-
field.
yeah, no, I don't think him or
and the
his
way that
family,
he's
yeah.
not touring and the way that he's, I mean, obviously I know he hasn't sold his catalog, but his shit's been on the decline. And I mean, obviously I'm in the industry, so I
Well,
know how streams and stuff
exactly.
work. Now I
I
know
don't
his
know.
old stuff. I know it's, he's got good records, but
Hey,
when you don't have things that are stacking on top of that, and then you start adding in all these court
overhead,
fees
yep.
and all this shit that he's done, and
And just what
overhead
it
and
takes to run the
employees,
ranch and have guards at a gate.
I don't think it's
not
doing
cheap.
too hot. I
And
don't think it is.
That's where like I've had a few ask me about the money. Always kind of like, dude, what's he really making? It's like, bro, I honestly didn't know. And any of the times I probably could have found out, I didn't want to. I was
Yeah.
almost afraid to find out. Like it's like, I'll just keep pretending like he's what he says he is
Yeah.
until you're almost innocent until proven guilty. And I don't want to say he's a 10-cent millionaire, but that might be the case. And now with hindsight, seeing the signs, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. It really is. But I never wanted this damn money. I never wanted. It was more just like, you're my friend, bro. You've done a lot for me. I'm loyal to people that do something for me and show me that they're right. And I just started to see, like I said, through a little bit towards the end of Felicia's pregnancy, but not as much. It was more starting to plan the tour, starting to figure out the next leg, leaving one girl to abruptly bring another one back out of nowhere, and then a week later there was a lot of little things popping up like, damn, this
Yeah, I
whole
put that
environment and climate
together.
just changed very quick, and now it's something I don't know how I feel about it, but
Yeah.
still my homie, still, I'm not going to judge you on your girl. I can't help you with your love life. I'll help you with working on shit. I'll help you with having fun, but other than that, like, that's all you, bro. And I'll do my best to, like, as your friend, respect your woman no matter what I feel or think.
Right.
But that comes down to, like, health and life and, like, hey, are you okay? Hey, do you need a bottle of water? Like, other than that, I ain't got nothing for you.
Sure.
Because I can tell you're just as weird as my former homie.
Yeah.
And it's like through the planning, through the tour, and then by the end of tour, last year's, the Tune In tour, it wasn't going right. And between already knowing the Adam stuff a little bit, already speaking with Adam about this much, because I was the mutual connection when he came to the ranch. No one else would answer his call. Guards called me, and it was like, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll reach out to Adam and see what he wants. Is he coming here to foot race, fight, or what are we doing? Like, it didn't make sense to me, but I knew in my head, Ryan's been complaining about this dude in the house for 2 years. I'm sick of hearing it. And if he's here ready to solve a problem, it's time to solve a problem. I'm not going to let either one of them do anything.
Yeah, so what is up with that? Because
I wish I knew.
this stuff with Adam popped off on the internet, the last year?
Yes, and so
right?
it was relevant
The
since
last year?
I
Yeah,
don't want to say before
so-
I even got back, but like, yeah, I come
So
back to
he
almost
was
like
already, because they were friends then. Because mind you,
the
just
first
to
time
fill
I
in,
was there, yes,
just
and
to
when I
fill in
left, they were.
blanks for you, I came in 2020. Everything, all the artists, I worked with all of them. Everybody wanted to be friends. Everybody was like, who the fuck is this? Okay, features. Okay, this. Okay, that. The first year was decent-ish. But 6 months into my career, 6 months into my career, Gator did the whole, like, he started expanding Mako. So there was all these other artists, right? So then
Yeah.
the next 6 months to a year, it's all these fucking artists. And then by the time 2022 is when we got married in December. By that time, December of 2022, everybody, and I don't just mean the Mako artists, I mean Adam, I mean everybody, had like blacklisted me and Gator, it felt like. Nobody was speaking to us. Everybody, there was a little
That's
bit of
how it goes.
underlying beef, right? And they were all like running to Ryan. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here. So they were like bestie butt buddy friends. Mind you, I knew the whole time what was going to happen. I told Adam that during our episode. I was like, I knew he was going to fucking burn you, but here nor there. So that's 2022 in December. So we're about to go in 23.
Yep.
2 weeks before our wedding is when Ryan decided to diss us. Mind you, for no fucking reason. It was because he was told, supposedly, that Out the Water was about him, Who Won It was about him,
Oh, everything's
something
about
else was
him,
everything's
shit.
about him. He just makes it
I could
about him for
legit drop this
justification.
bottle on the floor right now.
Yeah,
and
and
it would
it's
be
about
because it
him.
was something to do with him.
Right.
Like, that's how.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny you say that too, because there towards the end, and one more red flag was like, I had made a post, and anyone that follows me will remember the post. But I'm a father. I'm a new person. I'm learning all this too. Keeping it short, me and my girl seen someone yelling at their kid in public.
Right.
In a way that I was like, damn, that was fucking crazy. Now, I didn't want to record it, and I kind of made a comment to this woman as we walked out of the building, but it was like, I cannot believe I just seen someone yell at their kid like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I posted, like, I typed it out, it was just kind of like, yo, if you yell at your kid, you might need to put yourself in check, whatever, whatever. Like, a week or two later, when me and Ryan got into it about the situation that was about to make me leave, we didn't know yet. He said something about like, bro, and you're posting a bunch of weird shit, like making people think I yell at my kids. And it
Yeah,
was
like, not everything's
first off, you
about
said
you,
kids
bro.
plural. That was a little odd because you only have one, and two is like, one would have never said that. I'm your right hand man. Why would I ever post anything about you? Yell like,
Paranoia, bro.
yeah, it was almost like, well, if the shoe fits, wear it, motherfucker.
Right.
But it's gonna be weird you wearing them shoes while I'm in the house with you.
Yeah.
Like, he really took that like it was about him, and it made me wonder, like, are you yelling at your kid? I mean, it's only 3 months old right
Yeah.
now. What are you yelling at it for?
Yeah, that's weird,
was
like,
a-
projection.
it was like, okay, if you took that as it was about you, what else have I posted in the past 6 months that you're upstairs thinking it was about you?
Yeah.
And it's like, Ryan used to always tell me I was mysterious. He's almost like, bro, you know, I do love you to death. And like, I know we know a lot about each other, but like, you even kind of spook me sometimes. You are mysterious. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm actually pretty open about everything. And
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, it don't matter what needs cleared up. Let's clear it up. Like,
Yeah.
if you would have really thought that when you read that story, come down and ask me
And
if it was
just
about you.
ask.
But you should know, just like you should have known the first time would have never flew the way your mom did us. You should know that I would have never done that. I don't care if you actually screamed at your kid every night. I would just tell you that's wrong and leave the situation before
Right.
I'd ever sit here downstairs in your house storying about you being a neglectful father. Or like, that's just fucking weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
And it shouldn't even be able to be a sentence that is said.
Surely.
And that's the case for 1,000% of half the stuff around my life, your life, anyone's life that's involved Ryan in the weird shit he's done. It's like, you can't make this shit up. You
No.
can't script it. I mean, just now, I don't know how much time we've been here, a little bit. We could be here till this time tomorrow night and still not even scratch the surface
Oh,
of
hell no.
the wild shit that's happened just since 2018.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
I got
it's
a
been
little 3-year
insane.
break. Come back to, oh yeah, bro, everything's good, everything's great. Just help me out. Like, my life's in shambles, but no one hates me for a real reason. Like, and my
Right.
dumbass believed it. It's almost like, okay,
Well, he still had, well, that was kind of like my point because he still had a lot of friends then. Did you know about the disses to, or like, do you recall that period? Like when he dissed us?
no,
Because there was two
none. I don't know anything about
back
it.
to back. That's
Like,
crazy.
Same thing with that, with the Kylie Rodney family. Rest in peace. That's terrible,
Yeah,
especially
so
now that I
bad.
know the facts not coming from my former associate. Holy crap.
Yeah.
But it's getting back there. You know, I get my little brief fill in. And what have you been up to the past couple years, bro? And it pretty much, with all these things, you know, he'd show me 5 minutes of something, no details, and just kind of like, yeah, that is what it is. And he took advantage of the fact that he knew I never cared about the internet.
Yeah.
He knew that, like,
So you
I can
weren't,
put
like,
my
on
phone
there
down for a whole
stalking. Mm-hmm.
day and not look at it if I'm not working and needing to be on it.
Sure.
He took advantage of that. He took advantage of the fact that I'm glad to be back on the ranch and got 240 acres to do whatever we want. Like, he knew that I'd never go research it. I would take his word for it.
Yeah.
And the same thing, he knew that when I left the first time, and kind of what, like, he said publicly as a reason he wanted me to come back, was I was one of the only people that ever got wronged by him or his family that never went off and told about it. Never went and said anything. I mean, I pretty much ate it on the chin, went home and just, all right, well, that was fun. Back to being $10 an hour, working my ass off and whatever. And now I just, every time I go to get something to eat, I got a weirdo saying, hey, man, aren't you that guy that worked for Upchurch?
That's crazy.
I dealt with it decent. I do say sorry to one person that worked at Wendy's at like 2021, 2022 in Independence, Kentucky. I flipped on that boy. But he messed Felicia's order up because he wouldn't quit asking me shit about Ryan.
That's got to be
And
annoying,
I ain't
dude.
never the type to flip out in an establishment. You could bring me a bowl of nuts and bolts when I ask for a salad, and I'll just eat the nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
Like, I don't raise hell. I don't do that shit. Like, I waste the money. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
But I flipped on that boy. And there was a couple of incidents like that where going home was kind of rough. But what are you going to do? Roll up in a ball and cry about it? What are you going to do? Never let someone talk to you about it?
Yeah.
And I even made little memes and shit, like, kind of reinforcing the fact that you can sit here and waterboard me about Upchurch. I'm not going to talk to you about it.
Sure.
But now, the way he took advantage of me this second time, the way this last 6 months went, the way it's almost like I don't need to be paid nothing. It don't need to be no special arrangements. We didn't have to schedule this, nothing crazy. This truly was some stars aligning
Yeah.
shit. And I'll tell you what you want to know, because at this rate, I ain't protecting you no more, bro.
Right.
Like, you're the one that had me around. You know the truth. I know the truth. You're going to deny it till you want. You're going to lie about me through your teeth. But one thing he fails to realize is I have made a reputation on the internet in 8 years of I will not tell a lie and not show. Like, I'm not telling anything I can't prove. I'm not saying anything that would land me in hot water on like, ooh, is he lying or not? You want to know it? Let's show it. The truth wins
that's what I
every
stand
time.
on.
Let's go.
So what the fuck happened these past 6 months? Like, what in the fuck? Because, you know, like I said, we've all been in this. Whenever he dissed us and we decided, mind you, December 23, so you're going right into 24.
Yes.
We decided, okay, we have all these duets, my husband and I. We're going to drop
Hey,
those.
those are dope,
Fuck
too.
this dude.
Like, I've only
Thank
seen one
you.
or two kind of catching up.
Yeah.
See what those are cool.
Yes, well, we had this whole run plan. So we had all these music video shots. You know, we're like, you know
Hey,
what? We're getting
Jen.
married. Fuck this dude. As hard as it was, because we didn't want it.
I know.
We're like, fuck
I
this
know,
dude.
hey.
We're just gonna do this, right? So we have this whole year of. He didn't like attack us a lot throughout the year, but you know, there was a few comments. It was nothing.
I
I
know
would
he
like
done.
to say it was nothing like he probably thought it was going to be. Because when I tell you it maybe was a total of 60 people across platforms, them disses didn't do shit to us. All of our duets went viral. It
It
didn't
just made
affect.
people look your direction.
Yeah, but it didn't
And not
affect.
even a bunch.
No, it's because we have TikTok.
Hey.
We have a whole other fan base
Yes.
that literally knows
But he
nothing
will
about
never
him.
admit, nope. Any attention you've ever got
Proof is
only
in
came
the
from
fucking
him.
pudding.
Yeah, no,
Proof is
that's
in the
way it
fucking
goes.
numbers. I don't give a fuck what he says. He did not
But that-
affect us, right? So we go on. We were taking more hits from the artists at the time.
Or just
But
people come to
then,
cold shouldering.
sure,
you.
like
Yeah,
talking,
yeah.
running their mouth. Oh, Mako shit. Oh, they're pieces of shit when we aren't. We didn't fuck anybody over, but go ahead,
I
run with
could
that
tell
narrative.
talking. I'm just meeting your husband tonight. Like I can tell y'all are good people off the rip.
We appreciate that.
like
But
we
he's a
all
straight
getting to the
shooter.
mess.
There's no fucking reason to like lie or do somebody dirty. Like, but we knew the truth was going to come, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we all have seen, and we've been these like outsiders watching this downfall, but you were still a part of it. Deerdorf was still a part of it. There were still people who he had in, I mean, fucking next to him every day.
Like I
So
said,
what
when
the
you're,
fuck,
when
like,
you're right there, you have no way to step out of it and truly see. I mean,
Yeah.
you're on his side. I can't say he ain't convincing with things, but it's almost he never hangs around someone long enough for you to peek through.
Of course.
Like if he thinks you're starting to, he'll distance himself from you.
Yeah.
Or it's just like I've never seen him snort anything, but I have heard from a lot of people back then and now, pretty much damning evidence and seeing damning evidence
that's what we
that
all
he
think.
does. And I'm like, nah, I know he would never
You
do
have
it
to
around
think,
me. And he
other
would hide it from
people-
me because he knows I'd immediately, nah, bro, I'm
right.
out.
Other people, like it's not like nobody else has ever tried shit before. So other people have done drugs, especially like people who
Mm-hmm. My
are
point.
like,
I was always a try
talking-
everything once kind of guy
right,
in the sense
same,
of the
same.
drug department,
There's
especially.
other people who have done Adderall. I fucking done Adderall one time in my life. And you know what I did with it? I snorted it. Why? I don't know. Because my friend was
Is
like,
it-
we're
Here,
gonna snort
do
this.
this. Yeah,
And
no.
I walked out into the pool. Mind you, it didn't affect me at all. So like, and so when I tell
Hey.
people that, they're like, well, probably because you have fucking ADHD, bitch. And I'm
Me
like,
too.
okay,
That's
cool.
what I was just
But
wondering,
because
sorry.
I was like, no,
No.
I walked out of the pool like, does somebody have a fucking problem with the fact that I just did this? Because, you know, we were at a
Yeah.
pool party. But it's like, we know we're not just fucking
Hey, I've always
throwing
said, I come from the
judgment.
bottom. You ain't got to put your dope away. You do what you do. And
Right,
if I'm
but-
at my own place or comfortable, whatever, and it's like, hey, let's do it. Now that I have a kid, different story. And
Yeah, you've
my
grown up.
girl's
But
always
it's
been the
not like
same
we're
way.
just throwing allegations. It's like that one, there's people who've known you. Two, there's people who really know fucking about drugs. That's what they study or they've done it or whatever.
They know what
And
it
three,
looks
there's
like.
people who like it's fucking common sense. Now again, I'm not gonna say, oh, I know that he's snorting it because I haven't seen it with my own two eyes.
Yes, sir.
But
The
I don't
evidence is there.
understand like he's doing a lot.
Yeah, no,
He's
and
doing a lot.
you
There's
said
no
the
way.
past 6 months, what the hell's happened?
Yeah.
That's kind of, trust me, I left there. I already knew he wasn't going to let me escape without something. And it was one of those, he tried to play a certain way. He tried to act whatever. The day the picture of the U-Haul hacked up, hit the internet, he was texting me some of the wildest shit. And it was almost like, I could already tell the way it was going to go. And He said a few key things in that first back and forth while I'm driving the U-Haul full of my shit home on the 15th. Or actually, I think we stayed one more day in the hotel. I think we were heading on the road the 16th, and I could check stories that don't. The date and time don't exactly matter, but in this case, it's kind of crucial. I'm driving the U-Haul home. I had posted the hitting the road in the U-Haul thing. People knew I wasn't fucking playing at that point. So then he started getting, why is Ripta leaving? Why is Ripta leaving? He texted me some of the wackest shit. You can find it. It's on YouTube now. And more or less, I knew, like, all right, he's going to try to play some bullshit. I ain't getting my side-by-side back. He's going to make it weird. Here we go again. I've already been through it once. So, go home. Tried to talk with him, communicate.
Hey, about the side-by-side, Ryan told me that Ripta told him to keep it. And Ryan's like, I don't want this motherfucker. I'm going to have to pay payments on some shit that I don't fucking want. Which is weird. Why ain't you just let the boy take his shit?
With the guards on my building, on my
But supposedly
trailer,
Ryan co-signed for it.
on if I was going to get the bike back or not. And Ryan straight told me he ain't no Indian giver. I could keep the side-by-side and the bike. I could take them. And then made it to where I couldn't take them. They weren't going to let me. And then Belu sent me a message more or less saying, yeah, you know, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. And until you do this, you're not taking it off the property. And I was pretty much like, all right, bro, fuck y'all.
That's just fucking
whatever.
wild.
You want it that bad, I don't care. I'm getting away from y'all. That's the best thing I could ever do. So it ends up, Ryan tried to jump out ahead of it. He did his little doing questions shit. And he cherry-picked one that was what happened with you and Ripta.
That he probably asked himself.
Or did Ripta move out? Yeah, he probably had someone. He like legit. He's had me do that before, straight up. So you already know. People see right through this shit. The cherry pick question was, did Ripta move out? And he's like, yeah, you know, Ripta moved out, but there's no bad blood or nothing. And like any of his real fans, there was a few people that hit me that night, like, what happened, bro?
Right.
What, you gonna spill the beans? And other people like, well. That's that, because we all know Ripta left the first time and didn't say a word, so we ain't going to hear this. He's going to go to the grave with it. And that would have been me. That would have been what it was going to be. I can take the fans. I've did that. I done flipped on the dude at Wendy's. I got that out of my system.
Yeah.
Like, you could try to waterboard it out of me. I don't give a shit. But it was, he made it to where after he jumped out ahead of it, after the fans kind of started seeing it, he knew, I knew, which way it was about to go. And I don't know what actually made him, all right, fuck it, I'm going all out. Now you're tailbone. Now you're this. Now you shaved your eyebrows because your cat died. Now you're putting blood. I don't know what made him say all the fully outlandish things he did about me, because I ain't saying shit till you do. He put
Did
something
you
out
see him act like this before?
towards other people, yes,
Okay.
of course. It's like,
Yeah.
but knowing,
Obviously, you never
Adam
think
being
it's
the
gonna happen to
exception,
you,
Adam
but-
being the exception, because like
Hey,
I
Scott.
didn't like the shit he was doing with Adam. From the time Adam showed up there to handle it man to man, and then left, and Ryan was talking shit before he even got off the driveway, and then seeing the way Ryan handled that, and then on tour when Adam pulled up, or we were all in Taylorsville, there's other people, the Shotgun Shanes, the Hosers, the whoever, I had always seen them do it too, kind of felt like they deserved it. Lacker Thinner Larry type shit. But when it came to...
So you said, before I forget, you said that he was talking shit about Adam profusely before shit even popped off on the internet.
And Adam knew it internally. I knew he did.
He
because
probably knew it internally, but see, Adam was riding for him, bro. And that I told him, I said,
I know.
I said, you got what
Hey,
you fucking
no, I'll say
asked
it.
for, but I want to show you this, because you saying that, like, that's crazy, because I didn't really know that. I
Yeah,
didn't.
no.
I didn't know that he was doing that. It's like, that's your friend. So do you just go around talking shit about your friends? And I don't know what he was saying about Adam.
No, it was just more like, who the fuck these dudes think they are? Why the fuck does so-and-so do this? Why
But
the
yet
fuck
you're
so-"
friends with him.
And
And
my
then all of a
point, and
sudden,
he-
didn't he say that Adam's the one that started the beef?
Yeah, no, and hey, I'm telling you, even that, there's 4 different ways that this supposedly popped off and supposedly started.
Well, I want to show you this.
All right, let's see it.
Bro, I swear to God, dog. Me and you beefing and becoming friends again is gonna be the best fucking thing that ever happened in this lane of fucking music, dog. We are finna be, wait, what's it called? Mount Rushmore.
fuck that. You can't piss on me and tell me it's fucking raining. Yeah. Don't try to fucking manipulate me. I don't know about none of y'all, but I don't like being lied to. I don't like being manipulated. I don't like being fucking pulled in certain directions, especially over some bullshit. It's just the way that I am, though. I'm a straight up motherfucker. When you do that to me, it's a fucking wrap. I'll never trust you again. You know? That's some bullshit. Yeah. Bullshit. All right, y'all have a good night. We out. Appreciate y'all chilling with me. We'll see y'all this weekend. Yeah, I didn't ask for that shit. Yeah, right, Rusty. Hey, we love y'all, man. Peace. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate you stopping in, Mustard Squirrel. We'll holler.